we're almost back. Listen, I gotta restart my Halo video game, and it takes a minute to load the video game up. So give me a second, but I guess while we're waiting and before I can even step foot into my epic gaming chair, I should give Sonic X a shout out for that $20 super chat. Sonic X, I hope you're here to hear it. Thank you very much for the twenter. Huge twenter. Thank you very much. Appreciate it as always. Said Mythos next after this guy in the Harvester. UNSC needs walkers too. Dude, I'm gonna be honest, I've been eyeing it. I have been eyeing the Mythos. I've been like Googling images of it and like just putting some thoughts together, thoughts here and there. Just wondering, that's interesting. That's pretty interesting. He said also, hope to see you make the Revenant from Reach in Halo 3. I am not shitting on a mammoth. I mean, I don't know, Hey, buddy-o, you feeling okay? I sure am. I'm loading up my Halo video game. The first stream today was better, not gonna lie. Wish Tiamat was still around. Used to talk to him back then. You knew Tiamat? Ain't no way. Hello! We finally did it. It's real. It's here. Can you use your Xbox 360 mic again? I could. It'll hurt your ears real bad. But we do be here. I would one day, yeah, you know what? I'll make the Revenant from Reach in Halo 3 one day. Why not? It's a good vehicle. Were you upside down? Who did this to you? What do you mean? I'm right side up. What are you talking about? Oh, you're just upside down. You're watching the stream upside down. I see. No, I'm sitting normally. You're probably the one that's... Yeah, when you get out of the gaming toilet. Ooh, you know what, Davy Jones? I'm going to take that idea. I'm not going to comment on it, so it feels really original when I totally don't do it, and then I'm just going to store that one away. Thanks for that one. That was a freebie. Did you actually get the E3 Scarab files? Finally, or am I dreaming? So, let me tell you. Alright. I have the model for the E3 Scarab, okay? The model for the E3 Scarab. But the model does not have, like, UV maps. It doesn't have the textures and stuff. Even if it did have textures, it doesn't even have UV maps. Substance paint it? Well, riddle me this. Even if I had, let's say, the E3 2007 Scarab, and I put it in Halo 3, alright? It would be way too low poly, right? Like, it would just be blocky as hell. That's not even a question, actually. I don't know why I said riddle me this. It's not a question. It would be too low poly for Halo 3. It's made for an RTS game. It's blocky. It's basically a bunch of blocks. So, what I would need to do anyway is to remodel a bunch of that Scarab in order to actually get it. And then I would probably want to redo its textures anyway, because those textures would probably be super blurry. So, I mean... Solution mod Halo Wars. The solution is to rebuild all the parts that look bad and then do my own textures that are as close to one-to-one as the original as I can possibly get. And guess what I've been doing? Guess what the frick I've been doing? Give us the blue sentinel beam, please, Pippa. I ain't doing that today. Maybe another day, but not today. This is all you've been spamming that. You've been spamming that like 20 times. You have spammed that like 20 times. I'm not gonna do it today. I'm working on Scarabs today. But maybe one day. Nick, with the 10 months! Thank you! I appreciate it! Just use your Scarab as the base, nah? Well, I'm gonna be honest, I think the Halo Wars cut Scarab base is just way better than mine, to be honest. Here, I'll show you. Let me spawn mine in. I think I have it on the map. I do not. What a tragedy. I will grab it. Oh, cool. That was easy. Alright, here's mine. Now, mine is, very... how do I put this? Mine is very... ugly. It has interesting shapes, and then it's just a terrible kit bash. It would look so much better if it wasn't a kit bash. So I think I'm gonna redo a lot of the cool stuff. Camera. Oh, right, I restarted my PC. I'm super zoomed out. I apologize ahead of time, dude. Okay, I'm disgusting today. I'm a vile, disgusting freak today. I'm so sorry. All series is beautiful. All right, let me show you guys the model. Okay, what we're working with here for the E3 Scarab. It's not up for debate. I am doing my own take on the E3 Scarab. All right, you just be like that. That's where we're at. So let me show you. First and foremost, this is the actual model of the E3 Scarab from the Halo Wars build. Now, it's pretty cool, I'm gonna be honest. It's a very low poly. I would definitely say too low poly, but this is it. That's actually the Halo Wars E3 2007 Scarab. Now, this is a model rip. It does not have necessarily all of the correct areas that are like marked sharp. It doesn't have UV maps, so even if I had the textures, I couldn't even put them on here. Honestly, it's actually pretty good for its time. Yeah, no, it is really good for its time. It's a great model. It's got like the eye, the glowing eye inside the mouth and stuff. Like it's a really cool thing, you know? One day, I'm gonna be rigging all this stuff up. But I will tell you, one thing, really curious, how does the poly count compare to stock Halo 2 Scarab? That's a good question. If I select all the triangles, it's just under 3,000 triangles. And then let me open up the Halo 2 Scarab. So like 2,900 triangles versus, I grab the OG Halo 2 Scarab. Halo 2 Scarab. Grab like the very first file that I did with it. The OG Halo 2 Scarab model itself is double. So this is 6,100, and then the other Scarab was like, gosh, I don't even know, a lot less. Now this one just has a lot more detail generally. I will say actually the body is fine. I'm not gonna touch the body at all. I think the body is perfect. I think it's got all the detail that it needs. I ain't touching it. It's great. I'm more than happy with it. The only thing that I do want to mess with, honestly, are the legs. I think the mouth is cool. I think the body's cool. I just don't like the legs, and I don't like the turret either. I think the turret's just a chunkier, goofier looking version of the Halo 2 turret. I'd rather just put an actual Halo 2 turret, Halo 2 Scarab turret on it. But as for the legs were honestly the biggest pain point for me. Like, they're interesting to be sure, but like this is a series of very blocky objects that I just frankly cannot get behind. If I just replace the legs with normal ones, well, that's what everybody's been saying. But guess what I did last night? I thanked Rusty Quarters ahead of time for that too. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. See, that would make an amazing CE Scarab, not gonna lie. It could. I could see it make... Well, no, CE Scarab I feel like would be a bit rounder. This has got some of the newer cubby art styles beyond CE, I would argue. Though not a bad candidate. But no, things like the feet really got me. Then there's these little bits poking out, which I know are supposed to mimic the pistons on the Halo 2 Scarab, but it's literally just like a fucking hexagon, and that's really low poly. So, what did I do? Hold on, I gotta switch the soundtrack. The feet, really? I hated the feet. I hated them. But that's what I did this for, okay? I came over here. I took a look at the original leg, and then I just made a new one. I made a brand new one. And honestly, I think it turned out pretty good. I took a look at the original leg. I took a look at the Halo 3 leg design for the Scarab, the Halo 2 leg design for the Scarab, and I essentially did my best to just make like a Halo 3-esque version of the Scarab's leg. The most recent bit I did is the top, so actually I'm not a huge fan of this top bit, but I think it's okay. But yeah, if you know anything about like the shape of, like, look at this shape, right? Big box with like two pieces here versus like this, which actually has like the hexagonal joint. It actually has the Scarab shape details on the bottom parts, which you may have noticed on here. You know, it's not bad. It's not bad. So overall, a pretty solid shape. Very Scarab-y. So we have that, and then I redid the entire base armor leg plate. I may adjust it a bit more, to be honest. On the effect side, please tell me you have the insane shadow casting light on the Scarab's beam like it had in the E3 presentation. Insane shadow casting. Oh, I already did that on the Halo 2 Scarab for another mod I did. So yeah, no, it definitely will. It definitely will. It'll have it come through like the big mouth as it opens and rotates. I really like that the mouth rotates as well. I think that's really cool, the way it just like... So I'm really excited to animate it. Love that its mandible's fully enclosed. Me too. I think it's a really, really cool design. I think its head is one of the biggest draws. Like, to be honest, the legs are like good. They support the body. But what I love about the Scarab is that the body is so like big and lumbering and like just heavy looking. And the head is such a good design, dude. It's such a good design. I really am a huge fan of this design overall. So I'm really excited to actually put the work in to make this actually viable in game. So I think with these upgraded legs, all I gotta do is put it on the body and then call it a day. Definitely looks like the most bug-like of all the Scarabs. I'd say so. I just I want it to be like big and lumbering and heavy, and I want to give it also the custom Scarab treatment that I did for like the firing effects and for like, I mean, if you guys don't know, when I was working on this was directly inspired by the E3 Scarab that I now actually have and am working on. But I want to do this. I think the firing is really fun for this thing. This is like the only part I really like about it. The steam expelling after it fires is just so good, dude. I love that. Nick with the $6 tip. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. So talking about Halo 2 Scarab leg pistons, only one of those pistons move on your Halo 2 Scarab. The front left leg only moves. You know what? I might have to go in and do some vertex. I totally forgot. I think you told me that like a long time ago, and I just haven't done anything since. Yeah, actually, thank you for bringing my attention to that. I'll have to tweak that. Just got here what's going on. Well, we're looking at my old Scarab here, my old custom Scarab. And how I'm going to take some of the stuff from this, and I'm going to put it onto the new E3 Scarab rebuild that I'm doing right now. So hopefully that looks good. Hopefully. I still am debating certain things on like how I want to shape the leg. There's so much I could change on it theoretically that would really have a massive impact on the overall shape of things. But honestly, I kind of just want to take it into Substance Painter soon, in just a little bit, and really see what kind of stuff I can do and work with here. E3 Halo Wars Scarab, isn't it? Yeah, this is it right here. Pretty good, pretty good. Anyway, I think I'm happy enough with this leg that I could actually begin doing like texture work and stuff on it, because I don't know, I like the shell shape here. Maybe I could change the inner side here to be like a bit more blocky or something. You know, I could do like that. Make it a bit more mechanical rather than rounded. That's pretty cool, actually. I think that was an improvement. This is the underside of the metal side, so I want to make sure that everything's just like very metallic here. I think, let me just see, what does this look like? If I take all of this, and I make all of this metal, and then obviously all of this should be metal as well. Does it look good with purple there? No, it doesn't. I guess I should make it all metal. Yeah, I suppose that's alright. I think that's the kind of vibe I'm going for with this new leg rebuild here. I don't know if I like this shape though. I'm really torn on how I want to do the overall like upper top shape. Because if you look at the original leg, it's literally just a pole. It's a metal pole. And if you look at it at the on the old images and footage, oh, I gotta bring it up because I restarted my PC. Halo Wars E3 2007. Oh, dude, my streams immediately pop up when you search for it. Dude, I know I'm poisoning the search results with my streams. Damn it. Can you give it any internals? Exposed like Golo bits? I don't have any plans for it right now. But okay, as you can see, in the old builds, it's literally just metal. It's just a giant metal rod for the top. I mean, obviously it's got some like details and stuff on it, but for the most part, it's a big old metal rod with like joints and like normal bits and stuff on it. Sonic X, thank you for the 2. Appreciate it. You said you missed my Fiverr earlier. Oh, my bad. Did I? I did. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. You said you missed my Fiverr earlier. Also, E3 Boy is good. E3 Boy is good. It's a good scrab. Sorry, your Fiverr a minute ago said E3 Scarab beam should be the plasma rifle fire blue. I mean, I was gonna do it green just because that's what it is in the E3 bit, and it's got like the green eye and everything. It's a great aesthetic. I could try it out though. Could definitely try it out. No reason not to, you know? Also, is it just mirrored? Did YouTube change the like play button thingy to be pink right at the tip of it? That's just such a weird like small change I'm noticing right now. Like a hot pink right near the play button, or about where you are on the timeline. Interesting. YouTube made it that way today. Yeah, I noticed a couple of other changes as well. Why would they make it pink? I'm a boy. I like blue, not pink. What were they thinking? I'm a boy. Really get his computer running again? Yeah, no, he did. He did. I feel so bad. Skaboodly just wanted to get like a cool theme for his PC. And I just sent him the same thing I did, and it like bricked his PC. It was horrible. I felt terrible. Like, obviously, there's no way I could have known that was going to happen, but like also, damn, that's so shitty. I could do purple like that, I suppose. I guess that's not the worst thing. If you could give it a flash like the Halo Wars Super Scarab, it'd be peak. Yeah, I will. I already did that on a different Scarab, so I'm more than open to doing... Yeah, you know what? Let's do it like that. That's kind of nice. Yeah, listen, Pippa. Honestly, if you just keep spamming the same message over and over, I'm for real. Like, I get it. Sometimes I don't read messages, but like, just stop spamming, dude. Just stop. You read my message? I read it because I didn't realize you spammed it. If I see that you're spamming it, I'm just gonna purposely ignore you and time you out because that's just, it's obnoxious. This is leg toe. Oh, hey kitty. Leg foot. Leg shin. This will be leg thigh. There we go. Alright, so this, I suppose this is the final model for the leg. I really could just get on to doing UVs and texturing it now. I'm a little bit nervous to do it because like, what if I want to make changes to it? Oh, bye Peppy. With flashlight gives me ODST vibes for some reason. Yeah, I mean, I have a thing on Twitter similar that like has some cool stuff for that. All right, for the UVs on this, it should already have UVs, so let's do UVs. Seems from islands. There we go. That's got its UVs all good and accounted for. Now I get to do UVs on this thing. I suppose the foot should be relatively easy to do UVs for. The heck is going on? That's what I want to freaking know, dude. Well, let's see. On the Scarab here, yeah, it's not doing... It's like mirrored textures on the sides, I think. But not on the front. Front is like an unmirrored. Okay, so let's save this. I'm gonna do Scarab 6 is where I'm gonna begin doing UVs. Do Scarab 6 dash UV start. Alright. I'm gonna apply the mirror modifier so this becomes a proper solid object. What I want to do is I want the front and middle area to be entirely a single bit that gets textured in a like looping repeating pattern, so I'll do all of that right there. That, drag this down to here, here, and boom. So mark those seams. And then I suppose, now you know what, let's clear these seams. I want to continue going down the front, allow the front to just be entirely its own solid, non-like looping piece. And then do the same thing there, so we mark those seams, clear those seams, keep going, mark seams, and there we go. There we go. I know some of you guys may not entirely be here for the marking seam content before we get into actually making this a full-on Scarab, but there we go. That's good. Good UVs. And I can just layer those atop each other so that way they can be mirrored easily, and bing bang boom, done. So that's that part's done with the UVs. These should be really easy to UV as well. It should not at all be challenging. For this one, I'm actually going to completely keep the mirror modifier because I really have no reason to not completely mirror the legs. I don't think anywhere on the existing Scarab legs here in Halo 3, I think everything is like perfectly mirrored on both the Halo 2 and Halo 3 ones. Actually, no, the Halo 2 ones are not mirrored. They've got these cool asymmetrical shapes here. But I'm going to mirror it on this one because it'll save me a lot of time. I'm happy that the turret textures are from the E3 Scarab. Are they? Is that like confirmed? That's pretty cool. That's pretty dang cool. %100% confirmed? Nice. That's awesome. At this point, I don't really feel the need to like grab any textures from the game anymore since I decided to just say fuck it and rebuild everything, but it is still really cool to see. Okay, so that's good for the outer shell. Gosh, how do I even want to do this? I guess I should probably do like... that. I don't know, what does that look like? What if I unwrap that? We have like this kind of odd UV unwrap. Wait, that's the inside bottom. That's... what? Okay, so that's the bottom there. So that what I'm seeing is this unwrap. I think that should be okay. It's not that bad. Yeah, that looks okay. It's a little bit warped, but I think once I actually put it into Substance Painter, it's not going to be a huge deal. At least I don't think it will be. Mythos looks like a very simply designed vehicle. Yeah, I think it could... the Mythos has a lot of potential to be like a really dang cool vehicle. Okay, yeah, I think this is good though, UV-wise. And a lot is happening in my life. This man is still creating Fireface mod. Yeah, well, if there's ever one consistent thing in the world, it is that I am making Halo mods. That has not changed for a long, long time. I would be so shocked if it ever did. But alright, this looks good so far. Lastly, I guess we need to do the thigh. This is where I'm a little bit, like, confused. Because, man, I don't know what the hell I want to do with this. Desu, thanks for the 2! Appreciate that. Thank you for the support. You said I quit my job today and the stream helps for sure. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope things didn't end too badly. And keep the 2s from now on. You ain't gotta support me. Support yourself. Not having a job is a scary place to be in. But I appreciate it a lot nonetheless. Thank you. There's an image from Ken of a better view of the Scarab and its textures. Oh? Ooh, wait, yeah. Oh, that's super useful, actually. Holy shit. I've seen this. I forgot about this. How did I forget about this? This is actually so damn useful for getting these textures set up. Damn. Damn. Thank you for sending me this. Genuinely, this will be really nice. I don't know what the hell that is. That must be like a back of a leg or something. That's a really, really good close-up. Alright, I don't know, guys. What I feel like this upper leg kind of is ass. It's kind of ass. I'm not really here for it. It's not bad. It's inspired by the Halo 3 Scarab, but it's just, I feel like it could be so much better. Whatever. Did the skiff get finished? It needs a destroyed state and effects and stuff, but we did do the in-between damage state yesterday, so now it, at least we have it switching models. Like I said, no effects, no final damage state, but it does take pretty good amounts of damage right now. That's a start, you know, it's something. It's the beginnings of getting this thing destroyed. We're getting there. Needs more work though. Just needs like another hour. I give it like 2 or 3 hours because you gotta admit, like, full damage state's gonna be a little bit challenging. Then you gotta do no, it's gonna be more than 2 to 3 hours, to be honest. It needs like full damage state. It needs destruction gibs and pieces to pop off. It needs effects. It needs the physics model compatible. It needs a whole lot of stuff. Maybe fast as fuck. I mean, I'm pretty quick with it, but I don't think I'm like quick enough to like completely just like knock it out instantly. Okay, that said, I'm debating, you guys. I'm debating. I'm looking at this very closely because genuinely I'm feeling very uninspired. I tried my best to kind of mimic the original here. Oh, you know what? Actually, there's a cool little metal piece that I kind of want to add now that I noticed I'm missing. A nice little detail. And this one, it just kind of... Oh, wait, it's a way better shape on that one. Ah, shoot. Okay, I just completely misunderstood what I was looking at. Door? Real door moment. Real door moment. Hey, shout out door. There we go, got a nice little support on the bottom there. Try taking this and dragging it forward a bit. It's a nice little shape. I love to see it. A little bit more intrigue, interest. You know what I kind of want to do too, though? Not necessarily Covenant design, but a bevel here would go hard. Yeah, that actually helps with the shape quite a bit. A little bit weird for a joint, but I mean, it's technically authentic to the original Halo Wars E3 Scarab shape here. It was never really, like, the most sense made with this shape. Suppose it's okay, though. I think that's alright. I think it's a decent joint. A little bit strange looking, but hey. So am I. Not true, I'm actually extremely beautiful. You take that back right now. I know you agreed, you sick bastard. Let's have an interior? Maybe. I'm debating on adding an interior. It could have an interior. You could have a door like right here, basically. I think this would be not a half bad place to put a door. Of some kind, you know? But for now, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to get the exterior working. The face orientation is on the bottom of the leg is red? Oh shoot, you're right. Good catch. I didn't even notice that. Maybe Halo 3 Scarab interior, the Halo 2 Scarab interior would be awesome. I mean, it's definitely going to need its own Scarab interior. There's no way it's going to, like... Wait, why is it like that? Is there a face here that's wrong? What are these blue lines, dude? I've never seen these, like, blue lines before. What in the world are those? Those creases of some kind? The creases are purple. What in the world are those? I've been using Blender forever and I've never seen these types of blue edges before. What in the world? They're sharp edges? They're not, though. Look. They're sharp edges are like a neon blue. See, that's a sharp edge. I don't know what these, like, dark blues are. Half sharps? Like, what in the world is that? I do not know. I do not know. Anyway, I won't worry about it too much right now. It doesn't seem to be having any effect. The leg looks good. Leg looks like it's basically fine. Now let's just do a little bit of UV unwrap on the leg, and then all should be well. That's already going to be split there. Probably split here with two seams. Like that, to just kind of open it up a little easier. And then definitely need a seam right here. Another one right here. And then that's all fine because it disconnects from there. I'm going to need a seam for the inside shape of this whole thing. Hold on. The inside shape, I'm going to do that. It's going to be this cube to there. Nah, we'll do it the old-fashioned way for this shape. Whoa! The real Erdidact! Thank you so much for the $2.04. Is that number a reference? That number I feel like has to be a reference. Regardless, though, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I gotta scroll up. Focusing on finishing mods was your ally shotgun, but now it has abandoned you. The distractions have returned. This blender is now yours. Yeah, you're goddamn right. No, it never saved me, actually. That's not true. It was never my savior. I'm happy to be distracted. I literally told people in supporter chat, I was like, guys, I have bad news. I got real bad news, you guys. I'm like, I'm working on the Halo Wars E3 Scarab, and there is no way in hell I'm doing literally anything else except for this. I'm so sorry. I cannot stop myself. I do not have enough self-control to stop right now. It's a problem. Okay, I think the seams on this thing are good. Let me try unwrapping the whole thing and see if we have any weirdness going on. Ball unwrap's good, and that all seems to unwrap good. I think everything's good. Everything looks good. No complaints from me. Is it possible for the low poly Scarab to be drivable in CE? Yeah, I mean, somebody would have to texture it, but yeah, you know, if somebody can get the model of this that has UVs and textures, then yeah, easy peasy. But I'm making my own version. Speaking of which, now that I undid the unwraps on these, I'm gonna save again. Make a new save. And I'm going to apply the mirror modifier. I'm going to apply this mirror modifier. And now I get to sort out all of the UVs. Let's see. Take all of these. And there's something on here that'll... That mesh... No, don't need that. Can I just reorganize these? There's got to be a button on here to reorganize these. Arrange, orient islands, no. No. Whoa! Damn! Ladner with the $24.01. Dude, what are these numbers? These have to mean something. Can somebody in chat help me decode these? I don't know what these means. Ladner, thank you for that huge tip. That's much, much appreciated. Oh, 2401 penitent tangent. Oh. Monitor it. Yeah. A reclaimer here? At last, we have much to do. This facility must be activated if we're to control this outbreak. You know what's so horrifying that I never really gave much thought to until just now? When you meet Penitent Tangent in Halo 2, he's gone, he's like red. He's basically infected by the Flood. The fact that the Flood can infect a robotic AI and cause him to, like, I don't know, just be messed up is horrifying. Actually horrifying. The Flood is not just like a biological virus. Like, it can infect even an AI. Like, obviously we know that from mendicant bias, but like, damn. Project his donations become a rush. Oh, he was using his teleportation. You're so right. I didn't even think about that. Holy dude, I'm so dumb for not realizing. That's how the Gravemind was teleporting you around, dude. He was using Penitent Tangent's fucking Forerunner-y teleport ability. Oh my god. How did I not notice that? It's one of those things I just never really thought about. You're looking for UV island pack? Yeah, that I am. Stack islands, stack similar, match islands. Right, there's gotta be a thing for this. I'm being totally dumb right now. I just want to reorganize them, scale them around, make them fit. I mean, I guess I could just do it manually. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, you know what? What if I just do an unwrap and then... Oh my god, what did I just... Oh, right, the scale on this thing is probably not set. The UV tab at the top should be there. Oh, is it? UV. Pack Islands. Nice. Oh, wait. Let me not do rotate on that, actually. UV. Pack Islands. Do not rotate. Actually, don't scale them either. No, they need to be scaled. No, dude. All right. Here's what I'll do. I'll unwrap normally. Like so. And then I lied. I'm not going to do that. Because now I need to add a seam going all the way up. Then all the way down this whole thing. Mark that seam. Gotta do the same thing here. And here. And here. Mark those seams. Oh, dude, it's good that I caught this, actually. It's really good that I caught this. I totally forgot to unwrap this little piece. Okay. Good catch by me. Shout out me. That guy's good at what he does. Damn, I didn't even catch the interface that I accidentally left when I extruded. That would have just ruined everything. Alright, cool. Very cool. Wow. Alright, now we do... Did I just unwrap that? Yeah, okay, now we do the unwrap. Then I'm going to use my UV toolkit to... There's a button for it, hold on. Stack, similar. Boom. Bro. For real? It does stack similar, but then doesn't rotate them? What kind of a feature is that? It'll stack them, but not rotate? Why even have that as a button if that's... That's the dumbest shit I have ever seen. On God, that's so stupid. Now I gotta manually go in here and rotate a bunch of stuff because fucking I don't even know why. Oh, wait. That's a poor UV job there. What are you related to? The inside here, huh? Oh, I see. Still an issue. I guess I'll have to mark all of that as a seam. Bitch, what? Where are you? What? Oh, it's not. I forgot they're not mirrored anymore. I knew that. How come you guys didn't tell me? God. Honestly, your guys' fault for not telling me, dude. Jeez. Okay, now that looks pretty good. Better. Okay. That was just bothering me. We're back. Everything's fine. That's the whole leg. Here's the unwrap. Yo, what up, Targaryen? Good to see you. Have you been doing well? All right. How? if I do... Stack similar. You get identical islands, right? You get these little UV islands. If I do stack similar... Why? Bitch. Why? For real, like, why? Why? Just honestly, why? I'm doing grand, my dude. I see the Halo War scared my brain could not good self. Good! Dude, if any of you guys are watching and you don't understand, the Halo Wars E3 Scarab is like... It's one of those things, dude, where there's like a... It's just like... I don't know, maybe I'm misreading this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've always had the feeling that it's one of those things where... People are just, like, weird about it. It's one of those things that, like, people just get obsessive over, and people are just weird as fuck about it. I am one of those people. Damn, my fault. No, I mean, like, in a good way. It's just one of those, like, I don't know. Like, you have those things in fandoms where, like, people dream about it for a long time. There's, like, rumors about it. People know about it. It's, like, a thing. It's understood. I don't like the forklifts, which still hasn't been updated. Okay, that's different. That's different. Also, Green made the forklift, not me. Oh, what the fuck is that, dude? What? I went through all of that just for this? Are you for real? I fixed everything just for... What is that? Bungie! What the fuck, man? I thought I was fine not having to mark seams on it. I thought this was all taken care of, man. Bungo. Bungo fucked me up. Oh, no, I fucked me up because I edited the model. Dude, I just let me do my textures, dude! I just want to get onto the texturing part. That's the fun part, man. What the hell? Gosh dang it, Bungo. Okay, that might be better. I think, therefore I am. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, Jesus. Once more, we unwrap and we do that shit again. We do a little stack similar. We end up with a bunch of empty UV space because God mocks his creations. Alright, let's do that. Like the trailer. Wait, what? Doing UV sucks flood balls. It's just, it's fine. It's just tedious. Like, it's just so boring. Could be worse. I could be doing like calculus right now. That would blow ass. This is at least just like easy. This isn't like complicated. Oh. That's just about the tan walls and the pillar bottom. Don't know if that's an existing niche since I haven't spent any time in the fandom. That is extremely niche. I think. I don't know. I've never heard of that, but that's kind of interesting. Never heard anybody obsessing over the walls. I gotta make sure that I haven't missed anything here. I think there's a couple more here. That all looks fine for the most part. Am I missing anything else? I don't believe so. I think I've gotten every single like textured piece good. I'm just gonna split up and move some things around, give some stuff their space. That way the textures don't kind of like wrap onto each other. I'd like for them to just, you know, not glitch out. That would be preferable. Okay, is there anything else? This one's a little too close to some other stuff. Other than that, these are all pretty good. It's just such an odd UV map now that I stacked island. It saved so much space. I wish there was a way to auto mirror stuff when it can and throw that into the calculation. First, let me save. Let me see. Is there anything like that? No, there's nothing like that. Okay, well, it's fine. This is a good UV map. It could be better, but it'd be like that. Dude, you know what? Should I like... I should probably try to just like make a better UV map for this. Is your ass ain't crumbin', bro? Yeah, it is. What are you talking about? Just, dude, you know what? I'm not. I hate reading that shit, man. Because like, I'm just trying to have fun, man. I'm just trying to have fun and make good content right now, and you guys are just like, bro. Alright, move those over. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. Now I get to start stacking stuff in interesting and creative ways. I wonder if the UVs run similar to 3ds Max with the UV first and mirror the model after they retain the UV space. Well, I could have kept the mirroring on these, but I decided to go against it just so that way I could make some important last minute like asymmetrical adjustments to the models, because there are some parts of the UVs that I do not want to be but I do want to be asymmetrical. Can I fit these in here? Oh, wait, these might fit. Wait, why am I doing that when I can just move this thingy? So if you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's because I'll be able to get higher resolution textures if I do this well. The better you pack your UVs, the higher you can scale the islands after the fact. And then you just get really nice textures out of it. It's pretty nice. It's pretty dang nice. Put that like there. Let's see, I feel like I could probably fit all of these if I'm careful. It's important to me that I don't change the scale of any of these because they're all scaled like proportional and relative to each other. Okay, look at that. So I've packed everything pretty tightly there. Pretty nicely. We could probably even do a better job, but watch this. Now, I can scale it all up and get even more resolution out of them all. I can't scale them up substantially, but it's like much cleaner, much nicer. There we go. Look at that. Pretty good. Probably scale it up a little more, actually. There we go, dude. Way better UV map for that leg. I just had a realization. I need all of these UVs to also exist on the same texture map as the body and the head and everything, so I'm gonna keep that there. Hide it away. What does UV mean? What is it? What does UV stand for? I've heard it before. What does UV stand for? No, not ultraviolet. UV stand for 3D texturing. Oh, yeah. U and V denote the axes of the texture. It stands for like horizontal and vertical, basically. I don't know why it's U. I know UVW like basically translate to XYZ. I don't personally know why they do that, but they do. There's probably some long-standing mathematical reason for it. I'm just not familiar myself. Alrighty. We're gonna move on to UV3. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put all of the leg objects hidden away in another group. Excuse me, sorry. I'm gonna put them hidden away. Come in there. This will be legs old. Turn that off for now. And I'm actually gonna put the turret in there too, because I'm a hater. I don't like that turret model at all. Also, whoever designed this turret stand thing didn't even press it into the model all the way. There we go. It's just a UVW XYZ. Oh! Huh. I never would have figured that out, I'm gonna be honest. I for sure would not have figured that out unless you had said something. I cannot lie. Interesting. So this model that was posted, it almost looks like it's a newer version of the model. Like the texture seems to be mostly the same, but there's this different stand for the turret on the top, I think. Unless I'm misunderstanding what that is that I'm looking at there. Interesting though, nonetheless. Alrighty. As for the shading on this stuff, I gotta figure out how this is supposed to be shaded. I believe there's very few sharps on it. Hold on. Blender, dark blue, edges. To bevel weight on the edges. Okay. Never heard of those before. Oh, maybe they just had like bevel data. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not gonna pretend like I get it. Cause I don't. Wait, there's more? Oh, I gotta do it per object. Okay. Very cool, Blender. Very cool. How can W exist in 3D? I don't know. I think it's just a different set of three-dimensional coordinates. Instead of XYZ, it's just the UVW. You know? Comes right before XYZ. I don't know why it's set to not also just be a second XYZ, but maybe, I'm sure there's a reason for it. There always is. My dumbass. I keep marking seams, dude. Why? I don't know why. Okay, that looks pretty slick. Actually, maybe it isn't supposed to like be that sharp. It almost looks weird being like that. I think it looks better on this side here where it kind of smooths out. Am I gonna add the vulture to extinction? Well, at least on the forge list, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Beyond that, I'm not sure. Maybe. Maybe I should mirror this. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do a mirror on this. Merge by distance, just make sure everything's good. I can't... Oh, do I dare to de-triangulate it? Surprisingly not as destructive as I thought it would be. I don't know what's supposed to be going on here on this back part. It's looking a little weird. Oh, wait, does this have... No, it doesn't have any custom split normal data. What is going on with this shading? How odd. Oh, it's just that. Okay, never mind. Alrighty. I do want to get rid of a ton and a ton of this sharp shading. I'm gonna subdivide the model 4 times. No, I'm probably gonna keep it at this resolution, actually. Having the entire body be... 500 triangles doesn't look like a lot, but I don't really have much of a reason to go any further for the time being. It's pretty good resolution, all things considered. It's a little bit challenging to figure out what's... I don't even know if the original model was marked, like, heavily as sharps on this stuff, honestly, so... I think the entire thing could have just been a giant blob. I'm not going to let it be a giant blob, personally. I'm going to go ahead and, like, mark out a bunch of stuff on it, but... that's just me. If I had the actual textures, it would make it a lot easier to, like, understand what exactly I'm looking at here. But I do not, unfortunately. I wish I could just have, like, a 3D view of this thing. It would make my life so much easier. You have the Super Scarab sections, and it seems the E3 Scarab turned into the Super Scarab. I guess it sorta kinda did. Yeah, no, it did, you're right. The body, at least, of the Super Scarab, it is similar. It's got, like, the shell... I mean, we have this picture, and we've got this picture. Plus some other image references. It's pretty clear that it's got, like, an outer shell that wraps up and around. And then, from the in-game screenshots on this thing here, yeah, it's pretty clear that... Oh, wait, it's got, like, an under chassis almost of like armor there. Let's kind of scrub through this frame by frame. Really good lighting right there. Okay, so it kind of goes down, wraps up and around, and so that's like the base armor. So I kind of I think what it does is it goes like this. So we have the armor like there. You can see it right there. Then it goes up and over. So, like, I actually don't think these are supposed to be sharp. I think this is just part of the armor. Now, as for the side, I don't know if we really have a side view that's super good. I can see some of the white armor goes, like, down and under. So, like, this is all definitely supposed to be white armor bits. For sure. This model based off the model we see on the Halo 3 Covenant map. Scarab Forge. Oh no, this is from Halo Wars. Oh wait, what am I doing, dude? There's perfect side views in the gameplay. Easy, dude. Okay, so yeah, that's like, goes boom, down, down, curls up. We have that shape. It looks like, I guess this stuff here would just not be sharped. It'll just be undercarriage stuff. As for the back side of it, can't really see with all those scorpions firing. Gotta go back like 5 seconds. The back side, looks like it does wrap down and under a little. Might go actually like, looks like the armor actually comes down to around here. Oh, it goes down. Yeah, I think it goes like that. I'm fairly confident that's how it's supposed to look. As for the side parts coming out of it, it looks like the top of it is supposed to be sharped. Though I don't think any of this bottom stuff here is supposed to have any of that going on. That top part here, though, I lied completely. I'm pretty sure it is supposed to be kind of like... It's kind of hard to see. Discord DMs, you can see the side better. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of a different model. There's like, this is cool. I don't know where you snagged this from. This is cool. Okay, it looks like the shading is basically all just blobby on the top. There's no, like, hard normals there. Also on this version, there's like an extra bit on the leg here that I don't think is on the version ripped from the Sway. Oh no, that's bone. That's a bone. Yeah, it looks like everything's basically blobby on this, shading-wise. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be, but in that case, I'm just going to leave the rest of it completely unshaded and just let the textures and the normals on that do all the work, all the talking. I think that's totally fine. I've marked some good sharps here. They'll make the entire thing look pretty good. Now, I'm going to chop this thing in half. Generate a mirror modifier. Boom, dude. Easy. There we go. It legitimately looks like a crab when it's red, dude. Plastered Crab has been outed. Plastered Crab does not realize that we have seen them. Ooh. Oh, wait, is that the Super Scarab? Dang, the Super Scarab is really based on that old model. That's wild. I mean, obviously it's got a bunch of extra stuff going on with it too, which is pretty cool. Dang, that's neat. It's got like that side button on it. Honestly, if I go based off of this thing's shading, is this all correct shading or is this auto smooth? No, this has got to be like auto smooth shading. Because obviously the pipes and stuff would be smooth in engine. Yeah, that's good. I think this is good. Honestly, I don't think this thing was supposed to have any harsh shading at all, but I refuse to go into game with a big blob shaded thing. Can't export Halo Wars smoothing groups? Ah, that's fine. That's fine. Oh? Kind of feel like the Halo Wars version size is bigger by like 25%. Compared to what? He's the same. It's the Halo. I think I'm gonna do my own rig on this. I'm gonna do my own rig, my own animations and everything for this. I just kind of want to do my own stuff with it. I think I'm good enough. You know, I can set up a quick little IK rig, get this thing walking and stuff. I think it'll be good. I don't know how big this thing is gonna be in game. I honestly just haven't even decided on anything yet, but we'll find out. We will find out. Ooh. We posted some cool concept art for some UNSC walkers. Very freaking neat. I don't believe this is the proper 2.6 times scale. Don't make me do it. We were doing so good. Don't make me do it. Oh, before I forget though, let me hide these bits real quick. I almost forgot about this. I think I wanna redo. Oh, this does have normal split data. No, it must just not be merged. But I kind of want to redo this thing, honestly. Is there a reason I tries to quads, dude? This is very 3DS Max coded. What was I saying? Yeah, I think I want to maybe redo this mouth, but just having it be a cylinder is extremely uninspired, to be honest. But I guess it's not the worst thing ever. It could be worse. I guess regardless, I'm gonna unhide. Wait. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Okay, that's a turret holder. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna use the restroom super quickly, and I'll jump back in just a minute. Guys, I've got really bad news. It's tragic, it's horrible. I really want to make coffee, so I'm gonna do it! I'll be right back again, but this time for like 2 minutes. Hey! Man, I leave for a bunch of time. And I come back to super chats for the chair? You can't just be super chatting for the chair, man. I'm the streamer. It's me. Bro, I slave. I slave over these mods. And you super chat for the chair? That was mostly an exhale because I just ran up the stairs like twice, but Davy Jones, thank you for the tenor. I dare say the 2 fivers. Appreciate it. Or do I? Because that's for the chair. Davy Jones says, with their $10 super chat, a chair is a piece of furniture with a raised surface supported by legs, commonly used to seat a single person. Chairs are supported most often by 4 legs and have a back. Now, that is a rather bold opinion, I can't lie to you. That is an extremely bold opinion, and you know, I'm not trying to be a controversial person. You know me, I'm not much for controversy. But I actually agree with that. I actually agree. I agree with Davy Jones's take. I think that's actually pretty solid. I really, there's not a whole lot to argue with there. Like, that's a really solid point, you know? So, maybe like that. I think this thing is supposed to just be like a giant blob, dude. I mean, obviously I can change the shading at any time, but I think it's fine. Can we see the Kit Bash Scarab? Yeah, here's my old Kit Bash Scarab. This is from... God, this is from... I wanted to do something fun and Scaraby while I was out in Europe, streaming off my laptop. And... How old is this? Was that 2021? I want to say that was... No, it was 2022. Yeah, that was 2022. I think at the beginning of 2022 I did this. This is the old Kit Bash Scarab. I think the E3 Scarab that I'm working on right now, the new version of it, is going to be way cooler than this. But I want to use this for inspiration. The steam vents coming out the bottom go crazy. It's massive. Yeah, it's using the Halo 2 Scarab rig, but it's got a lot of mainly Halo 3 parts. It's just a really messy kit bash, so I don't like to use it too much. But actually, the Scarab beams that you see on Huge Grass, and the instant travel Scarab beam here, I actually used my hybrid Scarab's beam that I made originally, inspired by the old E3 Scarab from Halo Wars, as a basis. So whenever you're on Huge Grass and you're like using the Scarab in multiplayer and you're firing the beam, just know the hybrid Scarab is where this thing came from. Not really a huge deal by any means, but that did be where it came from. Anyway, I want to take the good lessons that I learned from this and apply them to this upcoming E3 Scarab, which I think is going to look sick as fuck. Why don't you place it in games? Because it's ugly and it's bad. I know it's got some cool aspects to it that people really like, and I also think they're pretty cool, but it's honestly just kind of ugly and bad. It's just not that good. It is not up to my standards at all. It's sick. I mean, it can be seen that way. It's just really messy, to be honest. It's super messy. But anyway, hey, coffee. It's not ugly. It's not ugly until you look closely at it and you realize, like, oh, that's like a really stretched out barricade, and oh, that's literally just the Halo 3 Scarab's body, but like stretched and warped wildly. And oh my god, what is that thing? Why is that even there? Is that a giant stretched Halo 3 Scarab interior? What the fuck is going on in there? There's not even an inside to the back. It's literally just a stretched and warped Halo 3 Scarab. What is this from? What do you mean the E3 Scarabs? This is the old custom one. The E3 Scarab from Halo Wars is here. And it's beautiful. I love it so much! I do worry that maybe I was supposed to do the lower part of that. I had done the lower part sharp. Would that have been... No, that wouldn't have made much sense. Two months later, the E3 Scarab is ugly? No, I don't think so. I'm actually a pretty big fan. The only thing that might be ugly is this top joint, but... whatever. I don't care. The Super Scarab from Halo Wars, you'd probably have to get the custom legs. I think Skaboodley's already working on that, so I'm not going to touch that. I'll leave that up to Skaboodley. That said, it is about time I gave this thing some UVs. I'm going to go ahead and do that. We need to get some textures for this thing ASAP. So I'll try to split it into two main different pieces. One piece being the purple shell, and one piece being the metal undercarriage. Although, we'll see how that actually goes. We'll try this. We'll try that as a seam. Do that as a seam when we unmirror it. There's a challenge for it. Oh, I already read that. Can you make a Scarab run? I did do that once. And it was honestly extremely cursed. I did not. I don't think I should do that thing again. It was fucking weird. It's fun though. Look at the side of the E3 Scarab. It would actually be so nice if I had a good look at this thing's UV maps. This is going to be challenging to UV unwrap effectively. Maybe I should like unwrap this part separately. Be kind of a mistake, I wonder. That's... I don't know, how messy would that look? Like, how horrible is this UV map? That's not nearly as bad as I was expecting it to be, actually. That honestly looks pretty solid. Like, I could just straight up use that, and it would be fine. Okay, fuck it, I guess. Like, alright. I'm cool with that. Keep doing what you do, your beast. Thank you. That's really kind of you. You know, if Skaboodley ever decides that he's going to drop that project, I will say this, Pete. I will immediately take up the mantle. It seems like Skaboodley was pretty on board doing that, but also Skaboodley's got like a full-time game dev job and he's doing a bunch of shit. So if it ever turns out that he's not doing it, I will happily do it. All right, I really want to see the underside of this thing again. I noticed that it did have like a big purple like shell underneath on the underside. Ooh, you see it? It did like a little jump up and you could see it's got kind of like an X shape almost on the belly. There, it's got like an underside chassis with... Oh, and look, it's got the two little Halo 2 style lights on it. I never even noticed that. That's cool, though. That's really cool. But for the most part, it looks like the underside is kind of like a dark, kind of plasticky, shiny metal. I'll just have to come up with some cool Scarab-type designs when I get in here and start texturing this thing. It honestly is fine. It will be fine. As for this thing, I guess I could do the same kind of mirrored shenanigans on this thing. No reason not to, I suppose. Mark a seam on there. Seam. Sorry. Garrett Ben is back in his element. I am. This is where I thrive. How does that look on a UV unwrap? Kind of bad, to be honest. Let's try that again. What do we have here? Boom, boom, boom. And those are fine. That splits those into there. That splits... How is that not good? Oh, right, because I only did one side. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, that's pretty good. That'll do. Will it have an interior? Currently, it's not going to have an interior, but I'm open to doing one eventually. Just not yet. Will we just kill this one from the outside, or will we make an interior? So I've been asked already. I left for an hour. Yeah, I'm not sure. To be honest, I just want to get it in-game pretty authentically with some graphics upgrades and some extra textures and stuff, and then I'm open to like doing an interior and changing things up. For now, though, I honestly just want it to work. I want to see it. I want to have it working and functioning, stomping around, destroying stuff with a badass beam. After that, though, we'll see what happens. All right, new collection will be legs new. Alrighty. Alrighty. So this is going to be a little challenging. On Halo 3, on the Scarab, there is a completely split up into two different pieces kind of material going on with the Scarab. You have the purple shell, and then you have the kind of grayish, brownish yellow metal. Now, that's a little challenging for me, because as we just saw, it looks like the underside might have a little bit of purple shell to it. I don't know if it does or if that's just a lighter gray. It's just kind of hard to tell with how this old school 2007 video compression works, but I'm just going to have to go out on a limb and presume that that is a grayish metal, because I really don't have any other choice in the matter. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright. Oh, shoot. You know what? Yeah, I guess that's fine, actually. Alright, here's what I'll do then. I'm going to select this by seams. That's going to be the purple shell. I'm going to grab that. Now, you know what? We don't even need to do materials yet, dude. I'm tweaking. We got to do the mouth next. Hide the body. We got to do the neck. These mouthpieces. Mouth. Top. You know, I'm going to call it the mouth, alright? I don't know if it's a gun or whatever, but it's the mouth, alright? Let's be real. That's what this is. It's not the eye or anything. It's this thing's got a straight up mouth. So this is mouth, top, L, top. This is mouth, L, bottom. This is mouth, R, bottom. Mouth, R, top. This one is mouth, side, mouth, side, L, top, mouth, side, L, bottom, mouth, side, R, top, and then lastly, mouth, side, R, bottom. Then we have the eye, or the mouth, eye. And then there's the turret mount. Okay, everything is named pretty effectively, I would say. And then there's just body, which is the body. Okay, everything's named, organizing things. Pretty good, pretty good. There's like a snout. I would say mouth. I would say it's a mouth. I just like how like lumbering and lumpy it looks, dude. Such a great shape. Such a great whole design. Such a huge fan. I just finished unscrewing the edge smoothing on the Super Scarab surviving lower leg mesh. If you want inspiration for yours here. Was it like exported that way? If you send it my way, I'd be happy to see it. It looks like the Super Scarab obviously is a like long future version worked on, a version of this Scarab basically. I worded that so weirdly, but whatever. But can you send me some screenshots of it? I'd be curious to see. Honestly, the OBJ isn't going to help me too much. We're going to do UV 4 on this. What's the rotation here? It's roughly 60 degrees, so RZ minus 60. And that looks pretty good. Drag it up, then I'm going to do RX, Y, minus 20, R, minus 20. Drag it up, around. This is it with the new leg design. It feels very similar, which is good. It should feel very familiar, but I just want it to have that Halo 3 vibe to it. I just finished unscrewing the edge. Oh, I already read that. Already read it. Yeah, it looks like whatever was going on with the Super Scarab's legs, they definitely use like a completely different design for it. Unfortunately and sadly, it's just not going to be terribly useful for this project, but it's cool to see nonetheless. Reddit mentioned, that's epic. I'm gonna grab all of these and I'm gonna go ahead. I think the eye probably needs its own material, but I'm gonna go ahead and link it to these really quickly so that they all share that material. So all of this needs to be on E3 Scarab metal. All of these, in fact, should be on E3 Scarab metal. Let's grab all of you, all of that, assign them to the metal texture. As for this underside needs to be entirely metal, like that. I think this purple bit, I'm just not vibing with that being purple. That's looking pretty good so far, actually. Can't complain there. As for the eye, let me hide all of the mouth pieces. Vert mount needs to be also on metal. But as for the eye, I would say the eye should probably all be metal as well. However, for the eye glow, since I want there to be glowing bits on this that are separate from the eye, I think I'm gonna have to, let's do mark seams, mark seams. Okay, that looks good. And then the glowing eye, I think I'll do like the top part as the seam there. And this can all just mark seams. That looks fine. That'll do. But then we need a new material for the eye, because I mean, realistically, it needs its own glowy bit. So this will be E3 Scarab eye. And I'll have that be kind of a green color. Now, besides having to do UVs for the mouthpieces, it's basically done. Basically done. Oh, wait, I gotta look at the inside of some of these pieces, actually. This design is Peak Scarab. This really is like a Peak Scarab design. It's so good. I really like it. It's so, so good. I honestly might redo this part, but it's a little bit late in the game. I mean, it's not late in the game. I can still do it, but I don't know. Because it's just kind of got like an external shell shape. Maybe I can just like lower it a bit. Ah, whatever. Fine. Just make it look cool with metallic bits. Invading a scarab the size of the super scarab would probably require an entire strike seam started by a pelican, not gonna lie. I mean, I don't know how else you'd get on that thing. It's massive. Alright, let's do the eye real quick. Let's just do the UVs and then we can start texturing this thing. We're already like almost 2 hours in and I haven't even gotten a texture yet. That irks me. It irks me. I want to do some really cool work on this already, you know? Let's do these UVs, see if these look good. Honestly kind of cursed. Not a huge fan of those. I suppose that's okay. In Substance Painter, it's not going to be the biggest deal. Oh wait, no, these back ones for sure. Mark those seams. Mark that seam. Unwrap. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Whatever. We should despise the Halo 2 Scarab and blow it about how the Halo 3 Scarab is better, but you transitioned me and made me realize how peak the Halo 2 Scarab is and how the Scarab is the best. And how this Scarab is the best of both worlds. You're so right! I wouldn't even say, like, the Halo 2 Scarab is, like, 100% better than the Halo 3 Scarab. Like, they both have really great separate design choices. I think, like, aesthetically, the Halo 3 is more refined and nice, but the Halo 2... The aspect I like about the Halo 2 Scarab so much is how imposing it is. The Halo 3 Scarab doesn't have that same imposing feel to it, to be honest. But this thing has the wonderful design and aesthetic of the Halo 3 Scarab, in my opinion, but on the imposing frame of the Halo 2 Scarab, and that is fucking peak. That's why I like it so much. Many of you guys are sitting here wondering, like, why is Rejected being a fucking freak about this thing, dude? That's why. It's so good, man. What's going on with this thing shading? Shade smooth. Shade smooth. What a mess of geometry, my goodness. Alright, I guess I gotta manually clean up all the mouthpieces. A worthwhile endeavor. I want this thing to look as good as possible. Let's try to quads on it, though. Save myself. And that didn't work at all. Save myself some time, though. This needs to be absolutely perfect, or else I might cry. cry and piss my pants like a little baby man if this does not look actually perfect. Okay, that looks good. Alright, one piece of the mouth. Good, good, good. Think about how we're supposed to drive the Scarab in Halo 2. Bungie to scrap that. Is that true? Dude, I swear to God, every single Halo game, it's like, yeah, you're actually supposed to drive the Scarab, and we're all just sitting here like, what? Dude, it's every goddamn game. We're allegedly supposed to be driving the Scarab. Every single one. But we never do. Alright, whatever. Let's see. How does this unwrap? What's with all the triangles? I don't have any seams there, dude. What is it doing? Oh, I bet there's seams here, huh? No, I'm really confused, actually. There should not be any seams here on this whole thing, like, at all. They should be overwriting the sharp visuals anyway. Clear sharps. No, clear... How is it that I clear sharps and it's still sharp? Am I, like... Oh, it's not. Clear seams. Unwrap. What's going on with these triangles, man? Oh... I'm dumb. I'm not dumb. Don't believe the lies. Smooth my angle. Apply. Clear up some of the messy bits. Okay, this is gonna go a lot faster now. I finally figured out what the hell was going on. Alright, much better. And now I can unwrap that. I was just being dumb there. Halo 2, cut Scarab driving. Halo 3, cut Flood Scarab boss, where Cortana drives the Scarab. Halo Reach, cut Scarab driving. Alright, we're doing the outside. This is how I'm going to do all the seams. We're going to do the entire outside of the mouthpiece. Like so. And after outlining it, we'll mark those seams. Then, on any harsh angle that is going to dramatically cause warping of some kind, I'm going to mark those as seams as well. And then that should make for a good unwrap. Yeah, it makes for a great unwrap. And then if I just do that perfectly over and over and over and over and over, theoretically, it would be good. Except, would it be good? Their UVs aren't matching. I did something different here. I need these to be the exact same UVs. I mark seams and unwrap again. Now they're the exact same UVs. And then when I finally am done and ready to texture this and we can make it look all good, I get to press stack similar. I lied. There's something else different that I haven't figured out yet. Damn it. Now, these should be identical, right? Scale X -1. Turn on vertex snapping. Drag this over here. Huh? Dude, what is different? How is it? Did you know is that possible? I'm just gonna do that, dude. I'm gonna merge by distance on those and call it a day. I refuse. I will not lose. All right, cool. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I have a plan of action. We're good. All right, so first, let's speed run this. So we merge by distance. We add the shade by angle modifier. And we're gonna go in and clean up these inner edges here. But they look good. Everything else should be good automatically. Now we can mark seams. This way we can generate the texture. So we, like we did before, select the outline. Like so. Of that. All right, then we mark our seams. We can get the textures generated. Then we just go to every outward facing angle here. Mark them as seams as well so that they can kind of split there and it doesn't cause any warping. We go boom. And that's it. That piece is ready now. Got the same thing. Easy peasy. Then we'll do the last big mouth piece. Merge by distance. Shade by angle. Apply. Then, same deal. Outside mouthpiece, select all the edges. Mark those seams. Unwrap, and there we go. That's looking pretty familiar. Now the real question is, if I deselect all of these, I unwrap all of them together, and then I stack similar, which one is not stacking right? The bottom right one. The one that I triangulated, unsurprisingly. Or I untriangulated, I should say. That's okay, I guess. But regardless, I can just merge by distance on the UV map, and everything ends up being fine. But there we go. So those 4 pieces of the mouth are done, which just leaves the other 4 pieces. I already made the corner tank. So true. So true. Alright, theoretically I can do the exact same thing with the side mouth pieces, so let's see how fast I can do this. Same exact technique of just selecting the outer edges of the outside for the UV map. Marking seams. I did get a little ahead of myself and not do the smooth by angle. Alright, there we go. And then I select all the very sharp... Whoa. Why is it shaped like that? Has it always been shaped like that? I guess so. Anyway, now that I got those selected, I select all the sharp outer edges. That gonna be a problem? I don't think so. It's an inward facing angle. So that's only 3 on this because it's mostly triangular in shape. Unwrap, and then it looks pretty good. It's a good little UV map right there. Not bad. Same thing here. Merge by distance. Add a little move by angle. Grab ourselves a nice outer edge selection. Mark seams, get the insides right here. Good, good. Two more pieces to go. Get that nice shading. Good, good. Like that outside angle again. Mark seams and then unwrap. Okay, after this, I'm going to go back and do one more pass over on all the mouthpieces because this is the last mouthpiece right here. We're basically done with this now. We can essentially just move on to texturing at this point after I just reorganize a couple materials and stuff. But I do want to go back and adjust some of the sharps and some of the shading because there's some inconsistencies that I left on some of these parts that doesn't look amazing. Mark those seams, apply this modifier right here. Does not need to have a sharp. Looks kind of bad having that sharp there. This one doesn't need it either. I'm just gonna clean those side mouthpieces up. They've got that going on, which doesn't look great. Okay, that should be a bit better. And now I think everything's good. The turret mount have a material. Yeah, no, it's got a material. I think we're basically ready to just... no, I guess the material's already organized. It's just organizing the UV maps now and then throwing it into Substance Painter. I think? Is that everything? Could do, like, the bone structure, I guess? How does the Halo 3 Scarab compare in height when standing next to the Halo 2 one? Curious. Well, luckily for you, I've got it right here. I mean, okay, this is not a fair comparison. Let me drive this Scarab so it's at the full height, because it's sitting down while it's not in. But yeah, that's Halo 2 versus Halo 3. That's why I always call the Halo 2 Scarab the Chad Scarab, because it's just, like, actually significantly larger. Like, the Halo 3 Scarab has the turret on top, which adds a decent amount of height, but if you just, like, didn't have that there, the actual Scarab in Halo 2 rises way higher off the ground body-wise, like, twice as high, basically. It's kind of crazy how different those are. Me and the guy she tells me not to worry about, for real. God damn, look at that Chad Scarab. No, do you want my fave, honestly? Yeah. Until I can somehow gaslight you into making this your favorite. Alright, save. We're going to do UV 5. And I'm actually going to get rid of all of the old stuff. Well, I guess I won't get rid of the legs just yet, because I need to add the new legs into position. What about Extinction so bad was it released? Ooh, Extinction's... It's gonna need some time to cook. That is a mod of heavily in development. Still very early. It's missing, like, a large portion of the map. I recommend Huge Grass, though. That's on the Steam Workshop right now. Big update, coming soon. I just triggered so many people in the chat by saying that. They're beginning their attack. Legit, always like the E3 one too, and I was very surprised when you mentioned it months ago. Yeah, I remember, I've heard about it so much in the Halo community, just like so often it gets mentioned. But now it's real. It's real. You know, this is actually a really good state to have this in texturing wise, because you only need one leg, right, to texture this, and I need to split it up and move stuff around anyway so that the ambient occlusion doesn't, like, fuck up all these moving parts. That's actually pretty good. Grass painting stream soon? Grass painting stream soon. Thought about making your own skulls for your battles? Line Easter eggs that have... Wait, what? Have you ever thought about making your own skulls for your battles? Line Easter eggs that have... I'm not sure I know what you mean. Okay, that shape's pretty good. I do really like this, by the way. This is totally tooting my own horn here, but I kind of mixed in a little bit of Halo 2 and 3 shapes into the bottom of this Scarab leg here, and I think it's better for it. The original didn't have that at all. The original just kind of came to a flat stop like that with two little wings at the bottom. And I like my interpretation of that a little bit better. Or your battles like battles like Easter eggs that have certain effects. I'm unfortunately unable to do that outside of like proper map scripting. Whatever I can do with map scripts I could do, but nothing in the main menus that could be toggled, and unfortunately. All those skulls are like really deep engine stuff, funnily enough. You just can't tweak those settings at all. I think the ankle needs to be a bit bigger. Actually. Have you know my ankles are perfectly sized. Menu stuff sounds like a long mile of code. It's just inaccessible. It would disable all online functionality. You would have to modify a DLL, and basically, I literally don't think it would be feasible or possible without literally having the Halo 3 source code or Halo whatever game source code. Look, it's a purple thing. In fact, it is. In fact, it is. The reason I play Halo music in my streams just dawned on me. That's awesome. Okay, I really, really want to... I really, really want to texture this. How's it going? It is going. I'm going to do a UV map for the Scarab. I don't think there's any other pieces to it. I think this is literally everything. And... I can begin now. I can begin making the ultimate UV map. We only need one leg here. The first layer on top should be great and cov metal. Great. I'm unsure of what you mean. Scaling of this all should be accurate though. Let's begin. Let's begin. Scale x minus 1. X minus 1. Basically, I'm just going to do that same flipping maneuver I was doing earlier. But I'm just going to do it again with a couple more pieces because we also have the Scarab mouth bits being on the UV map now. Nothing too crazy. Just give me like 2 minutes and then all will be right in the world. I'll have to merge all those. On any mouthpieces, for some reason they're a little bit cursed, so I've got to kind of adjust their actual UVs a little. Same with this one, actually. These UVs are a little off as well. I'm just going to do this all right now before I forget. Merge by distance. 1. Oh my god. No. Merge by distance. 0.02. 0, 0, 1. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. Scale y minus 1. Scale x minus 1. Looks good. Looks good. Once I consolidate these, I should get a very nice UV map. I gotta go back on that mouthpiece too and clean it up. Shouldn't see any warping or weirdness, hopefully. Fingers crossed on that. kind of won't know until it's already too late. Wow, man, why is this so messy? The scale is just completely off on this one. I'll do a lot of manual cleanups on those. That's unfortunate. But I guess it could be worse. That's odd. Oh, that's the outside, no wonder. Alright, when it comes to the mouthpieces, these are going to require some actual manual fix-ups on the UV, so I'm going to grab them and put them over here. I don't think there's any more manual fix-ups needed. Should be alright. Everything else looks good. I don't think I'm missing anything. I think I've flipped around everything else. Saved a ton of space on the UV plane as well. I'm so shocked, though. Is this really everything? I feel like it looks like everything. Everything seems to be good, but I don't know. I guess that's just everything. Weird. Okay. Suppose that's fine. Now, this is where things get a little crazy. Gotta work on all this. So this one should be actually pretty easy. Some of these scales are just off, so if I just merge by distance, then we get something that looks pretty good. Now, as for this one, this is gonna be a little trickier. Whoa, no, too much. Yeah, that did the trick. Merged everything really nicely, actually. All those UVs really got consolidated exactly as I was hoping they would. Alright, that's phenomenal. And I don't think anything else really needs that treatment here. Oh, looks like I missed one object. Everything else seems good, though. Yeah, oh. Always a couple little ones hiding away next to some actually symmetrical UV stuff. Anything here? Anything here? Okay, I think this time, actually, the UVs are good to go. Now I just need to drag and drop them, organize them a little bit more. And that's it. That's good. Oh, right. Did I do these? I don't think I did these. Hold up. Merge by distance. 0.25. Alright, let's do all the mouthpieces together, I suppose. Grab the side pieces. I'm going to try organizing them right to there. I should have enough space to organize the other mouthpieces down below. Yeah, that looks good. Might reorganize them. You know what? I think they're good enough to, like, I could put one here. And then one here. Okay, good, good. Alright, let's try shoving a bunch of this stuff somewhere, I guess. A lot of little UV objects that need some homes. I'm gonna put a lot of that over there. This one needs a nice spot comfortably there, let's say. This is a relatively big one here. We'll throw this one here. Do the same with this. This is a huge... Actually, God, I don't know where I'm going to put this. I'm going to try to keep this relatively organized. Let's do -90. Maybe I can put it like there. That's pretty good. Honestly, very unimportant piece. I don't know why it shows up so big on the UV thing, but... It is what it is. There's a bunch of space over here underneath that. I suppose I can get some of these bigger chunks and put them into here. Like so. This one's kind of big. I'm gonna shrink it a little. I'm feeling brave. Actually, wait. Where's this tied to? Oh, it's the inside of the leg. I mean... That's fine. We can do it a little. It means I found a nice comfy spot for it. That's good by me. Alright, I'm gonna just do my best to start shoving a bunch of these last bits over into here. Consolidate this UV space as much as I can, and then once I expand this, I'm gonna get some mad texture resolution. Model gonna have the side turrets concealed in the body like the Halo 3 model. Side turrets concealed in the body. I don't know if that's the first I'm hearing. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. I mean, this is a Halo Wars one. This is the Halo Wars model, I mean. Okay, so we just have a little bit more here. We have an entire like corner that I have space to fill up, so I'm gonna try doing that. Oh, we actually missed a piece there. Just a bunch of little tiny UV islands left. And then I'll probably grab a couple extras and just like reorganize some stuff around. Because, I mean, I would prefer to have this be like as consolidated as physically possible. Okay. Oh. Preemptive, okay. Alright, with that, I'm saving, dude. Side turret on the walkway, I'm just thinking how it could work as defenseless model because it's shaped like an egg and there's no exterior decks like the Halo 2 and 3 models. Oh, I see what you're saying because of the no exterior decks. I mean, I could always add exterior decks, to be fair. here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try stretching this height-wise to fit everything. And then I'm going to see if on any of the side bits, if I can consolidate them inwards just a little. Okay, so that's still on the UV plane. We're still good there. Only thing we're losing here is a couple of these little pieces that I could theoretically fit onto this if I'm just a little bit more precise with how I'm stacking all these. I should be able to get away with stacking like this, for example, can go here. The legs can definitely move in a little. Rotate that and then put it like over here more to make some extra space. Move this in and up. That clears up some more extra space there, which is good. This part here could go there. I don't want to downscale the foot texture at all, but it is a little bit large, I feel. Well, no, the foot's actually pretty big. I should probably keep it on a pretty large UV map. I could just... It's so close to fitting on the texture, dude. It's right there. I just shrink it a little teensy tiny bit. Just lose a little bit of texture resolution. Touch. Oh, right there. Perfect, dude. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. As for this, this is just so unnecessarily large. I know it's like the neck bit, but like we can lose a little resolution on that. That's fine. That's literally nobody gives a shit. That makes space for this up here. Space for all this side stuff. Easy peasy, man. Easy peasy. Couple more, and then we're done. Then we can go on to texturing this thing. And you better believe I'm gonna pop the fuck off texturing this thing. A little bit of scaling never hurt anybody. There we go. Manual UV islands for everything. Consolidated as many mirrored objects as I physically could with this thing. It's good. My only hope, my one hope and prayer is that all these mirrored objects, that they don't fuck everything up in Substance Painter and cause like some ugly stuff. In Substance Painter, you're not supposed to do mirrored stuff on textures because you can mirror it otherwise, but that leads to way lower texture resolutions on stuff in Halo 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it anyway, dude. I don't feel like redoing the UVs again, but man, you never know, man. You never know. All right, we've exported that to a folder. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and pop open Substance Painter so you guys chill and enjoy the beautiful sights of Halo 3 Extinction with 2 Scarabs right before your very eyes. We're gonna grab the Scarab E3 FBX. I want to do this at 1024 resolution. I think that's more than enough texture resolution for the Scarab, but I guess I could always just downscale. It's just gonna look too HD at 2048, but I can't always downscale it, so I suppose that's okay. How tall will the E3 Scarab be? I actually have not decided yet. I have not decided yet. All right. Oh right. I totally was not ready. At all, actually. So when you're doing stuff like this, don't be like me. Instead, this is gonna be saved to E3 Scarab substance export, and what I'm gonna do is delete all of the old stuff, which I totally forgot was in this, and then I'm gonna separate out anything that's not static, right? So like these move around. I don't want shadows and things baked in here. So I'm gonna GX, GY 5, GY minus 5, GY minus 5, GZ 1 or GZ minus 5. Y 5, GZ minus 5, GY 5, GZ 5, GY minus 5, GZ 5, GZ minus 5, GY 2, GZ minus 5, GY minus 2. Alright, so there we go, kind of exploded it out a decent bit. And then as for the eye, I do want to pull this forward, so X5, X5 again. Move these down another 2. All right, as for the legs, I'm just gonna move that out. That's a separate joint. That's a separate joint. That's a separate joint. And that's a separate joint. So now all these pieces are separated out. Now they can bake shadows separately without like messing each other up or anything. Now we can start texturing it. And there it is. The Scarab. Okay, let's see though how... Oh God, please don't be fucked up. I'm gonna be so sad if it is. So far, so good. Wait, my dumbass, dude. I mean, this is fine. The textures are going to be fine and everything, but I did both materials on the same UV map. Why? Whatever. I just take LSD? Yes. This looks pretty good, though. Let's switch off of the 2D mode. That's eye, that's metal, and that shell. So they are all on one UV map, which was actually totally unnecessary. It's still a fine UV map, but whatever. Whatever. Do 3D only. So we're finally at that part. We're finally at the part where we get to do a nice Scarab texture. And we're using the actual Halo 3 shader this time around, which, God, I need to remember the name of the person who made it because it's so awesome and useful. I actually think it's like the coolest shit ever. That said, we need to get a base texture set up for everything, which has... Let's do the easy stuff first. Do the easy stuff first. Actually, no, we're not gonna do the easy stuff first. We need the metal shader, and we need the shell shiny shader. So that's exactly what we're gonna get. as a I'm built different vibe. Yeah, this Scarab is like just built different. It's actually a beast, like a massive, monstrous beast. It's so cool. Seeing this in game is gonna be like the dopest thing. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Okay. Maybe I should have put the Halo 2 Scarab eye in here instead of this fucking gumdrop. Whatever, I'll texture it to look cool regardless. You know what? Actually, give me a split second. I'm gonna go use the restroom super quickly and mentally prepare for this upcoming massive texture stuff. I will be right back. Spook shot. Alright, let's begin. The first thing I need to do is get the actual Scarab textures in and use those as like an ultra base level thing for Substance Painter. We are using actual Halo 3 shaders in Substance Painter, so I'm going to match every value exactly correctly so that we can see how this actually looks. So give me a sec while I steal the Scarab shaders texture straight out of the campaign. So these are what we're looking for under bitmaps. We want Scarab diffuse here. Looks pretty rad. Rather complicated, but this, oh my god, that's literally the entire texture, dude. The entire texture is just noisy as fuck and shades of gray and black. And then a specular mask that's just really shiny on the shell parts and dull on the metal parts with like hexagons overlapping. So honestly, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy to see there. But we want those exact values, so I'm going to export these out real quick. I mean, why is the screen just like dark? That was weird. Although I will say, I think in Reclaimer things might be a bit darker than they're supposed to be. Or was it lighter? I don't remember. Alright, the other thing I need is not Scarab. I need the Scarab's bump map, which looks kind of wild. All things considered. What is this? Damaged bit? What is that? I have no idea. Oh well. I'm gonna export that real quick though, and then we'll be good. I'll throw it in Photoshop, we'll start grabbing some color values and stuff. All will be well. How was access to this much of the Scarab attained anyway? The model was ripped. It was just the model, didn't have UVs or shading or anything, but the model itself, all the triangle data at least, was ripped from the game. I think Zophie, I don't know, it was ripped a long time ago by somebody else, but then Zophie got their hands on it, and a couple other people have since gotten their hands on it, as tools are made to just rip from an old build of Halo Wars that leaked a while ago. And yeah, now it's Now the model's just kind of out there, floating around, and I went ahead and rebuilt a bunch of it, retextured it, UV'd it all. It's pretty good, actually. All things considered, it's pretty dang good. Let's see what do we have here. Right, so here's the diffused texture of the Scarab, and this is, funnily enough, used for both the shell and the metal. They share the same texture. This is the specular map that controls which parts are shiny, aka the light parts, and which parts are more dull, aka the darker parts. And then last but not least, we have access to the bump map of the Scarab, which will inform us on just how bumpy this shit was. And let me tell you, it was fucking bumpy, dude. Is the bump map that much more detailed? Hold up. Dude, yeah, the bump map is 2K. Why was the bump map 2K, but the actual color texture is only 768? Ooh. Ooh. I'll downscale the textures if I need to, but I guess it makes sense, actually, because realistically, they were just, you barely even got to see those. All I wanted was the model from Halo 4. Now I'm part of this small community of ripping assets from Halo builds. That's cool, though. It's really cool. Ripping assets from Halo builds is hard, and it's a really niche thing. There's not much support. Alright, here's how we're going to do this. For the Scarab metal, for both, actually, I want to grab... God, I need like a genuine grunge like overlay texture. There's literally just a tiled grunge overlay that is just going and going and going over this texture forever and ever, and it's really contrasty and really noisy. I wish I could find out which one that is. Oof. Oh, for a second I was smelly. I was like, damn. I mean, someone has to do it. You know for sure the devs won't. Yeah, unfortunately not. Okay. I get it. I see it now. I do need to overlay a noise texture on top of the Scarab. And then I see the shade. Alright. Let me grab a generic tiling. What would that be? It's like a kind of, I guess it's a grunge texture. It's some kind of tileable grunge texture. Something that's like not too busy, not too detailed. I wonder if the tiling texture is actually in the files. There's a chance. There's a chance that it is. Could it be this one? I don't think it's that one. Probably just not there. I'll have to find my own grunge texture. I don't think there are any tiled ones in Sosa's Peter. Though I suppose there might be. Alright, regardless, let's go ahead and grab... I would wager that this is probably going to be roughly the grayscale value of this whole thing, which is about at that color value. So that's going to be the base color for the entire texture overall. So I'm going to go ahead and make a base fill layer for this. This is going to be base. We're going to have one base for the fill color. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Base color is going to be this. The specular on average is going to be... Go with like this. This is about average considering everything. So that would be, I would say 0.45 specular. Specular level 0.45. It does have a Voronoi noise, excuse me, noise overlapping, overriding texture that seems to have a specular value of about 0.65, I would say. What did I just do? But I guess I should probably get the rest of the shader in here if I'm going to do anything else. I tried doing something like this in Maya, but never tried Blender. It takes certified tolerance and knowledge, I guess. I mean, hey, listen, I'm literally like super uneducated, and I was able to do it. I just learned all this stuff through sheer force of watching tutorials and determination to do the thing I want to do. So if my dumbass can do it, you can definitely do it. Let's say, all right. I need to add a noise texture atop this. I need to add a specular Veroni noise atop this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that by adding another fill layer. I'm going to do Voronoi. But you know, I'm actually going to do it by duplicating this. But the only value that I want this to have is going to be specular level. Everything else is going to go off. This is going to be Veroni spec. And for, oh wait, and he also needs specular. What was the other one? Specular. And the color, instead of being a uniform color, is going to be cell 2. I remember, I already used this for one thing. Do cell 2 on it. And on the specular level, we're gonna have it be, I guess it's already set to normal. But it goes to 0.65 specular, which means it'll be way shinier. Excuse me. Noise parameters is what we're after. I'll set the scale really high. And then I'll set the edge width a little bit higher, like that. And then we do want to invert this actually, like that. And then I'll probably have to set this to like an overlay. Or maybe add. Where's add? But then I'll just have to set that a bit low. That's probably about good. Did that show up at all on the material preview? No. As long as it's there in the specular texture, that's what matters to me. Demon, thanks for the 5, man. Appreciate that, dude. Thank you. Hear me out. Blamite railgun. Just saying, might be cool. Dude, I gotta add it at some point because, like, I don't like to just do stuff because people ask, but you have, like, actually been asking for, like, a giant needle gun of some kind. For, God, how long? Like, years, dude. Literally years, since, like, classic Ultimate Forge. At some point, I just gotta be like, listen, man. Like, at least out of pity. Because it would be cool as fuck, but just on principle, it's been so long. It's been so long, man. Make the Blamite skewer. It'll be pretty cool. It'll be pretty cool. I gotta add noise though. Hold on, let me add I need a new fill layer. I'll duplicate base again. This one is gonna be noise, and it's only gonna have a base color. I'm not worried about anything else because it's just an additive base layer. For the base color, we have grunge in here. We do. Let's go. Ooh, wait, that's kind of good. The moss grunge was nice. Metal grunge. That's kind of what I wanted. Now let's do that as a overlay on a low. Oh, I'm on the specular map. Whoops. Back to base color. Set that to an overlay. No, overlay is going to subtract actually. How about screen? There we go. Like that. There we go. Very nice, very nice. Exactly what I was looking for actually, but I would like to tile it a bit more. That's nice, I think. It probably won't show up very well in the texture, but it'd be like that. Alright, now that I got that, though. Now that I got that. H3 EK models. Scarab E3. Scarab E3. Saved. So that gives me the... This is the base coat of the texture, which is great. This is exactly what I want. This mimics the actual quality of the base texture that's on Halo 3's Scarab perfectly. I would actually even go as far as to say this is what I need for the Scarab shell over here. Because obviously the shader is not quite there, so we don't get the great preview, but I mean, theoretically I could copy all the values over in the shader settings. Specular mask, specular from diffuse. Yeah, I can only preview one shader at a time, which is kind of annoying. But that's the substance painter problem, not so much this thing problem. Do I preview it with the purple shell or the metal? I mean, I guess I should probably, since I'm doing the metal first. Come on, VR chat with my friends for my birthday. Oh, dude, it's your birthday? You didn't even say nothing, man. Happy birthday. You're old now. But happy birthday, dude. That's cool as fuck. Hope you get to hang out and have like an awesome time, man. That's great. Let's do the purple metal first. The shiny metal, that can come later. The purple metal is the iconic part. The shiny metal is equally as important, but you know, we'll get there. One thing at a time. Alright, Scarab shaders, we want the whole shiny. Alright, here we go. So we're going to copy these values into Substance Painter. So we've got the texture, that's already accounted for. We don't have the detail map, but that's... I don't really give a shit, to be honest. Well, actually, it is kind of important. Scarab shiny shell detail. Can we input detail maps on this? Oh, I can, actually. Nice. You know what? Let me snag that real quick. Banshee detail and Banshee detail bump. Very cool. Give me 1 second, I'm importing some new resources into the project. The Banshee detail textures. Wait, does that have a specular map? Totally does, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks like it does. It might make it extra dark, unfortunately. Well, let's give it a try. Oh! Why did it get so dark? Alright, how about I export the Banshee detail without... I just get bit by a mosquito, dude. I felt that. How the fuck would there be one in this damn house? You know what, whatever. I'm not going to worry about the Banshee detail. Instead, I'm going to just give it a... I'm going to give it everything else. We'll get everything else. So, let's copy these over. So first things first, we have the albedo color, which is... let's just say deep in that blue, dark and halfway. About there. That's the albedo color. I don't know though, it's kind of pointless for me to preview the shader in here, isn't it? When I could just be copying all the texture values over. Yeah, you know what? That is entirely pointless. Let's do things kind of how I did it before. Yeah. Sorry, it's taking me a minute to get my bearings here. I apologize for that. Alright, base color texture for the shiny shell is going to be about there. That's the base specular, which is, I would say that's like 0.8. Let's do 0.8. The Scarab shell base has a specular of 0.8. Pretty good. At the very least, I do need to know that there is a specular, so the albedo is going to be, that's fine. Bump mapping, standard, alpha test off, specular from diffuse. Not going to be diffuse only, it's going to be cooked torrents. Environmental mapping, well, I guess we got to at least put in some of these so that's useful. Environmental mapping is going to be per pixel. Self-elimination is going to be simple. Blend mode, opaque, parallax off, distortion off, soft fade off. That's fine. Default detail. Regular map from diffuse. This one is, oh, it's actually 2-lobe Fong. Okay. And with that, I guess I can input some of these, I guess. Diffuse coefficient, we can do 1, 2. Oh my goodness, there we go. That's what I was after. Let's do 0.5 for that. Oh no, never mind. Normal specular tint's a nice, pretty bright orange. Glancing specular power of 18, and then a pale almost cyan. The Fresnel curve steepness is 0.45. Area specular contribution, we got 0.1, 0.5, 0.8. The albedo specular tint blend is 0.8. And then environmental tint color is a nice pale mint green. Without the albedo color being purple, it's going to be a little hard to see that, but it is what it is. I'm just going to leave everything white right now. Now I at least can see specular though, which is pretty important to be honest. Specular level versus specular. Oh, okay. So specular level doesn't mean shit. I don't know what that does. It looks like specular level is the actual one that I wanted here. I'm kind of figuring out this shader still. I'm just trying to get this to a useful area. All right, noise parameters. We want that scale cranked way the hell up. That edge width up a little bit too. Do an inversion on it. We want those to actually be a bit the lighter part. And before this had a specular mask of linear dodge at 7%. So what I need to do is go to the specular layer here, do another linear dodge, add very, very subtle Veroni noise there, which is good. That's what I was hoping for. You can kind of see it, subtle. Couldn't ask for more than that. I think that should match up pretty well to what we have in Photoshop. Actually, no, I would say on Photoshop it's a little thinner than that. That's alright. Okay, anyways, now that we actually can see the specular and know that that's working, I feel a lot better. Needs more hexagons. Hey, you take that back! You take that back! Okay, but now, in all seriousness, that'll go atop everything else since it's kind of a linear dodge. You can see it's additive even onto the dark spots. But now I get to start doing the fun stuff, which is panel lines. Panel lines. Yeah, baby. We're gonna do some panel lines. Yeah. This is going to be interesting, to be sure. I'm going to be doing everything in a very... Like, this was, I believe, painted on mostly by hand, if I'm not mistaken. Or, like, some special program that's just not Substance Painter at all. And, basically, you see stuff like where the panels go inwards here. And they're really bright and high specularity. To like the point where their specular is like 0.9 to 0.95. I would say that's like 0.92. Let's just say 0.9 roughly. And they have a dent inwards there. And on the color map even, it's a brighter color. So 0.9 specular to I would say like a lighter color like that. Let's do that. We'll do this as panel in bright. Take the base layer, duplicate it, panel in light. The base layer color is going to go up to that brighter color. The specular level is going to go to 0.9. And the height information is going to go up to, or down into like 0.5. Then we'll do a black mask, and then add a paint layer, and then this ends up just being the same thing you guys have seen me do a bunch of times, which is painting on, and things just working. Is there... Oh, I'm on specular level. There we go. So now we have a panel that digs into this thing. It looks like it's digging out, though. Is that just me? Or does it look like it's popping out? Why does it look like it's popping out? Is this inverted? It might be inverted. I can always change them, but odd. Definitely should not look that way. Maybe it's just a reflection of how the shader, the custom Halo 3 shader is set up. Well, regardless, you make a good sure the beta Scarab and main body Super Scarab classics from the campaign. Yeah, they reused a lot of parts of the classic Scarab design for the Super Scarab in Halo Wars. You can tell just by looking that there's a lot of similarities. Alrighty, regardless of all that, now I'm not going to be painting just like manual details yet. I'm instead going to start by painting on the actual Halo Wars panel designs. Might be smart to see this in game, actually. Would that be wise? I could put this in game as a scenery object. That might be interesting. We can actually get a view. You know what? I like that idea. Let's do that. Let's put this in game as a scenery object with this as just like a base level texture, and then I can start painting on it, right? With these lines and making it look like the actual Halo Wars textures. But then at least we'll have something to look at in game. Because to be honest, I can't do this without actually seeing this in game comfortably. So let's go ahead. We'll save this, obviously. And we'll go to UV5. And then this will become the actual in-game version. Is the laser size and damage going to be scaled up as well like the Super Scarab? This is not the Super Scarab. This is just a regular Scarab. So I don't know. I don't know about that one. Let's say this is Scarab 7. Turn on the old legs really quickly, and I will duplicate these. You just called the beautiful E3 Scarab a regular Scarab. You're right. You're right. That was my bad. This thing ascends far beyond a quote-unquote regular Scarab. Should not have disrespected the E3 2007 Halo Wars cut content Scarab in such a way. I apologize, sincerely. Okay, that's a good look at like how it'll be. So now I can mirror these real quick. All right, little mirror. What? On the x-axis. Oh shoot, before that even, I gotta apply their location. Now we should be good. And their rotation. And their scale. Alright, now. There we go. Do a little mirror modifier. Oh wait, our music. We're in the end of the Halo 3 soundtrack. This is a banger song though, dude. This is the Halo 3 menu soundtrack right here, and I fuck with it heavy. Is that Peppy noises? Hi, Peppy. Oh, little chirps from the Pepster. How you doing, Pep? Oh, it's good to see you. Little yawny sneezy kitty. You're so loud when you're happy. Your little funny face. Oh, little Pep. Gotta run to the store. I'll probably still be here when you get back. I might as well just stream like a disgusting amount of hours tonight. Truthfully, like I don't see myself having a healthy schedule with this thing. I am like high-key obsessed with this E3 Scarab. It's not healthy at all. I want more coffee. I want somebody to deliver me food immediately. I do not want to stop working on this. I am not well. I need this done immediately. Oh, that looks pretty slick, man. That's pretty slick. I'm a fan. Ow, kitty. Literally go for at least 6 hours. The thing is, right now, that I'm thinking about is, if I stop working on this, or if I stop streaming, I'm gonna keep working on it. Like I'm not stopping. Even if I stop streaming, I would keep working on this. So I might as well just keep streaming, you know? All right, but this looks good for putting it in game. I'm gonna delete all the extra bits and bobs, and I'm just gonna throw this into Halo 3 as a JMS file. Or I would, if Yeah, well, let's do, we gotta add a little armature for it, single bone. I'm gonna do this as a scenery object, just because it doesn't need a physics model and stuff. We're gonna just parent that, we're gonna give it some bones, parent it to the armature. Delete our old collections here. Now we have it all in like a normal Halo style thing where we have a bone. Bro, where the fuck is that bone? Why is the one bone that this thing has off in like space? Okay, there we go. So this will be the whole bone. I won't worry about giving this thing an actual like body and stuff until much later. Like rigging it and stuff. We'll get there, but for now I just want to see this in game as like an actual object with actual textures, actual shaders and stuff. So let's do that. Let's do exactly that. What here? Let's see what scale we're at relative to Halo stuff. So I'm sure it's very close. We'll just do a little Halo 3 Master Chief and where is this guy? Oh my god, bro. This thing is a crab. It's literally just a crab. It's just like an angry little mud crab. I don't know about that one. What we could do, like this tonight. Surely that won't cause any issues. Let's do just the Halo 2 Scarab. Let's make it like Halo 2 Scarab sized. I feel like that's reasonable. We'll grab let's grab the Halo 2 Scarab real quick. We'll do the boy. I wonder if it's even like still growing, still growing. Oh man, that's sick. I'm realizing if I put it at the height of the Halo 2 Scarab, it's just so much more massive than the Halo 2 Scarab still. Let's line it up to like the mouth. Oh, dude, the Halo 2 Scarabs fucking absolutely beat the hell out by this thing. Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool, dude. More. More! More! Considering it's a reimagined Halo 2 Scarab, it's fitting. I think so. This thing is a fucking beast! I'm sorry, Puppy. Did I startle you? No, you really just don't give a fuck. Because you're my cat, and you know I'm a loud, obnoxious boy. Man. JJAB, thank you for the 2. Why not use the trailer itself to judge scale? Because that's absolute silliness. This is a Halo Wars model. Scale means nothing in that game. And frankly, it's silly that you would even suggest such a thing. Base the scale off the... Jesus Christ, that startled me. Hate scale. It's all RJ Universe in these parts. Dude, there's no scale on the on Halo Wars, bro. Halo Wars is like the worst thing you could ever use for trying to get scales correct. Marine is this high, we know a Marine. Well, I mean, like, the units, the land units are, like, massive. Like, if you... The scale of stuff is just very warped. Like, the Halo Wars Scarab to the size of, like, a Scorpion tank to the size of, like, a Spartan. The Spartans would be, like, 20 feet tall. Halo Wars scales cannon. Whatever helps you sleep at night. I could debunk that in a heartbeat. Just look at Halo Wars 2, for example. Let's go ahead and talk about glassing beam scale. Let's go ahead and talk about the Colossus scale. Let's go ahead and talk about the Condor scale. The Banished Scarab scale compared to the scale of a Grunt or a Hunter. None of them. I'm not ranting. Banana, man. I'll have you know. I'll have you know. I'm totally not ranting. Yet. True. This is a yet kind of situation. Okay. So here's what we're working with here. We've got import ready. This is going to be really interesting to see in game. We technically don't even have the shaders, or I'm sorry, the textures yet, so it'll be a little odd, but we'll give it a try. You get donos when ranting? Happened yesterday. Dude, is that the Asmongold strat? Just like rant really hard, be really passionate about fucking hating something a lot, and people are just like, give this man some money right now. He's so based for that. Alright, here's how it's gonna work. You guys are gonna see it happen here first. The creation of the very data folder that ends up being the tags that you will download one day for this being in your mods. Scarab E3. All we're going to have for now is the render folder in here. We got our Scarab E3 render folder. As for the shaders that we're going to want here, I want the Scarab Hole Shiny and Scarab Hole Dull. And I'll do the Engine Illume shader as well. Rant pending. Oh, it's cooking. Asmongold has a lot of base take and then occasionally ruins it with the dumbest take possible. Hey, I never said my opinion on Asmongold. All I said was the farming comment. Alright, we're gonna make a shaders folder. Put these in here. The shader names are E3 Scarab Shell, E3 Scarab Metal. That's what I named them. This is E3 Scarab Metal. This is E3 Scarab Shell. And then this is, what is the eye shader? E3 Scarab Eye. Alright, with those shaders in, even though they're not going to be quite right, I can do the render model for this thing. So we're going to do Tool, Render, Objects, Giants, E3 Scarab, Final. Fuck it. I'm able to find Render Directory? Objects, Scarab, E3. Oh, I did E3 Scarab, whoops. Okay, there it goes. Let's let it do its lighting and bounce stuff. Very good. Now, what I need to do is simply get a very simple scenery model tag to work for this. Alright, the render model is in. Can't spawn it in though, we need a tag to spawn in. So let's grab, I think this Scarab has a scenery object. No, it has a crate object. Oh, there it is. Alright, grab the model, scenery and model. I'm gonna go into the Scarab E3 folder here. Alright, we'll hook these up and then theoretically we spawn them in game. Yeah, we don't have the textures for it yet, but we're about to. Save that. We only want the render model here. And the E3 Scarab that we've just imported. We don't want any variants in the model tag. We don't want any of these materials. We don't want any of the damage info. We don't want any targets. Don't want... Well, we can keep the model object data, I suppose. Shadow detail will end up being quadratic at 0 bounces, but for now it's going to be ambient occlusion on 1 bounce. Don't want any shadow cast overrides right now because we don't have anything. I genuinely don't know what's going on with the occlusion spheres. I've never used those before. That's very interesting though, but I'm going to get rid of those. And now we'll do one more time a bulk import on this. to get some of this stuff filled out. I'll set the radius to maybe 20's, but no, 20's definitely not going to be big enough. But whatever, we can spawn it in now! It's going to look weird. It doesn't have the right textures, but we're at least going to see it for the first time in-game. And just hope that even with the weird textures, it looks at least a little bit cool. Big moment, big moment. Ooh, interesting. Like I said, the textures are a little weird, but very interesting. Kind of like looking at, if you squint your eyes, you'll maybe sort of kind of see what it'll end up looking like. You gotta squint real hard though. Not bad. Messy, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Whew, alright. That neck is something to be desired though. Yeah, it's a little boring. I think I can make it look decent, hopefully. Yeah, as for this shader, at the very least I want to get a better glowy green shader in here because this one's basically just green. That's the whole shader. Well, no, that's not true. I'll probably make it look even better. Whatever, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Honestly, the Super Scarab pipe neck could work with that. Yeah, I could probably make it like a kind of pipe texture on there. We'll see as we cook a little bit on it. For now, at this very beginning point, I am going to export these extremely basic textures. There's literally nothing to it right now. It's just the most basic, but I'm going to export them real quickly. That way, it's not using any of the Halo 3 textures. It'll have, as basic as they will be, its own textures. Wait one sec. Okay, so now it's going to be exporting to our Scarab E3 folder as TIFF, 8 bits. We'll want, so the only textures we actually want exporting here, I don't even care about doing the eye textures right now. We just want, these are going to share textures actually, so we're just going to do that. The output name is going to be, we just want the diffuse, the normal, the specular, and that's it. Everything else is pretty much useless to us here. Maybe the illume as well, actually. I guess I should adjust the output template name for the diffuse. Normal is going to be renamed to Z-Bump. I'm tired of that just being normal. Specular is going to be spec. And diffuse is fine. Oh, and the illume should be... Oh, illume is already set. Alright, cool. I guess export? Oh. Last thing. We're going to do this at 1K texture. Alrighty. Well, we drag this over to here. So we have the specular. I think the diffuse already has a specular baked in. The illume is empty, but we might as well have it. And the Z-Bump apparently has a little bit of data on it. I don't know. Did I paint on this? Whatever. We're going to throw this into the data folder. We're going to make a bitmaps folder. Throw this into here. We'll do tool, bitmaps, objects, giants, Scarab, E3, bitmaps. Then we can toss those into the actual shaders we're using for the metal. the Z bump. We'll do the same thing for the shell. There we go. Super boring, super plain, but it's going to be a canvas to be painted on. And it's up to us to actually do a good job of painting it. I don't know if that's a good amount of detail. I mean, that's the same amount of detail map it had before. I feel like that's just kind of ugly, considering this is like so big. So I'm going to adjust the detail. I think it's fine on the shell, but for the metal, it's just a bit much, honestly. Let's set the detail map to like 20. I think that's a little bit more reasonable. The bump detail, also really high. I'm gonna half that to 30. That's a bit better. Alright. Crazy, after all these months of waiting, it's finally in the game. Sorta finally in the game. I may actually undo these sharps. They look like they could be a bit much, all things considered. But wow, yeah, now we can finally get this working. It's been a long-ass time. Okay, something is wrong here. There's some weird stripes. What is that? Did I mess something up? I have no idea what that is. Weird. Must be part of the diffuse map texture or something here in substance. You know, where the hell is my substance? Oh, it's gotta be the grunge textures. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Diffuse is shining through a little. Alrighty. Oh, come on, Peppy, you're so cute. Gotta go for 2 seconds. Get back in my lap, kitty. Get back in my lap. This could be out with Super Scarab. I think it pieced one together from like various assets and it looked pretty dang good. Yeah, look at you. What are you doing, kitty? Oh, you wanna go up, huh? You want up? Yeah. This is rather unfortunate. We're about to do the first texture bits. Now I have to pet Peppy. We're literally just about to start texturing it. This is model gonna have a grav lift from the bottom, like the Lich, since there's no exterior way to get on it. Actually, I haven't decided yet. It's kind of up in the air still. I just want to make it look good and have good textures and stuff. And then after taking a long look at how it all looks and functions, I'll have to make up my mind on the matter. But for now, it's no, not entirely sure. Bro, look how she sleeps. Like, this is ridiculous. She sleeps like an old-ass man who just got off work. She's just lying on the couch, like... She's just comfortable like this. What's the matter? You're so tiny. You're such a small kitty. But I think a grav lift is probably the smartest way to do this Scarab, like a really speedy grav lift. Like a hole in the bottom somewhere I'll have to cut out and like build up an interior for. Disabling the Scarab turns on the lift? Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. falls down and the lift flickers to life, allowing you to board it. That's a really, really good idea, actually. I like that. Oh, you're so sweet, kitty. You're so sweet. Little baby kitty. Just happy to be loved. Dude, I'm such a simp for cats, man. I really want to work. But I have to pet this tiny, adorable cat. My life is so hard, man. Look how hard my life is right now. This is ridiculous. Dude, I need to get to work on painting this thing. I gotta get to work on this, and she's completely preventing it, man. Like, what am I supposed to do about this? You but my cat the other day and spent 5 hours in the hospital. My cat doesn't bite me though. My cat's like too nice. She like wakes me up, dude. It was in the afternoon, and I had overslept today because I stayed up so late working on this. And she just like got fed up. She was like, this bitch isn't waking up. So she comes over. She has like the nicest way of waking me up. She just like purrs really loud and rubs her face against mine over and over. Because what I'll do is like I kiss this little kitty. I give her lots of kisses on her head. And then she just knows that like if she puts her head up against my mouth, that I'll like kiss her. So she just like presses herself against it. I'm like, God damn it, man. I was saving it from a dog, and I thought my hand was the dog. Oh yeah, I mean in that case it makes sense. Did you see the new image of the E3 Scarab in the Halo Archive Discord server? I did, actually. It was super... It's going to be amazingly good reference. I think it's this one. Yeah, it was posted by... Who posted it? Fuck, I forgot who posted it already. But yeah, this is extremely, extremely good reference. This is also, I believe, is either a newer or older version of the model. I want to say it's a newer version of the model, because I noticed it's got this top bit here, which I don't have on the extracted model from the Sway build. But yeah, super, super useful. I'll be able to paint on some really great details with that. You make the head spin like in the cutscene? Yeah, it's going to do a little bit of a spin, which will be fun. I'm looking forward to animating that, actually. A ways out from being able to animate that stuff, but for sure will be a thing. I'm just looking at, I'm trying to take into account everything I need to do here. So there's like some lifted up panel lines. There's some sunken in panel lines that kind of have like an outline on them. I wonder if I can auto generate that. I'll see if I can. But anyway, there's deep inward panel lines, raised up panel lines. We have vents all over this thing. There are internal component lines. So like, these are the vents. There's a lot of vents on the legs. Then we have like deep inward cutting panel lines that go deep in. We have dark outward panel lines that go out. Lots more vents. And that's just for the shell. Not even counting some of these normal mapped areas that would kind of raise the normals of it all. I guess that would be a raised up panel line right there. Then we have the deep inset text stuff right here where the illumination maps would go onto. For the metal, it's really hard to get a view of the metal here, honestly, because of the shading of whatever viewport this was in, probably like 3ds Max or something. But I was able to get a decently good look at the bottom belly of it here in this image. The artifacting of the video is not ideal, but I can see some stuff on it at least. Kind of got this X, like, kind of harness shape on the bottom belly area here, which is good to know. I can do a lot with that. I like that you can see these two, like, just how the Halo 2 Scarab has those two spotlights coming down. This Halo Wars Scarab also has two kind of glowing holes, two holes with a glowing dot in them, which is very good to know. Very, very good to know. Do I see a bat's face on the bottom? No, I see what you mean. Kind of got that square bat nose. Yeah, that's good. So with this image as reference, with this video as reference, with a little bit of the Super Scarab as reference, actually, because there's a lot of shared assets on the Super Scarab. It's main, like, the actual body of this thing, for the most part, like, the head is completely new. That is not at all related to the E3 Scarab, but the actual Base body has a lot of shared paneling and stuff that'll come in handy when I'm designing it. There's another shot of it. They did change the design quite a bit and evolve it quite a bit further for this Super Scarab, though. So a lot of people really feel like, and for a long time it felt like, oh, the E3 2007 Scarab is the Super Scarab. Just FYI, the Super Scarab is a completely different design. It only uses the base shell shape for the body. Everything else is new and custom. The legs are completely different. The head and neck are completely different. They even completely redesigned a bunch of parts of the model. It just used the old E3 Scarab as a basis, but got evolved way, way beyond it. Wasn't the Super Scarab in Halo Wars 1 still under construction when we destroyed it? Yes, but it's still completely different. This is literally a screenshot of it from in-game. Completely different design. A lot of inspiration from the original, but they changed it up. They basically took that design and then said, well, since we can't use this, let's turn it into something else. And they made a new Scarab based off that design. And it's completely different in the end, though. Completely different. Just has some similar shapes overall. That's about it. Shapes. I would also say the panel lining as well is pretty similar. There's a couple similar panel lines that got reused that never really changed much. But yeah, that's going to be really good reference here for the underside, but also for the side, the actual just straight up side and the rear. There's not a lot of pictures of the back and the proper side of it. If we go back a little here, this was actually a really good reference. I'm not sure if my camera is going to cover it up too much, but right before these shots go off, wait for it, boom. Right here is really good reference for the side of the Scarab. That is awesome reference. I'm gonna need that. I wish it was cleaner and clearer, but that's gonna be a really good reference for me. I thought the Halo Wars Super Scarab was the same as Halo 2, but I guess I was wrong. It's a common misconception, which is an understandable one considering there are some I mean, there are some similarities. I don't know. It was always... I'm a Scarab nerd. I'm like the giant nerdy Scarab guy. So I immediately saw this and I was just like, well, that's clearly its own thing because I've obsessed over every detail of every Scarab and I'm just like way too deep into it. But there are a lot of similarities that I could understand how you might get confused. I will say, though, this turret on the top, right there in the back, that is 100% just the reused turret from the E3 Scarab. That's literally just it. I don't think they changed it at all. It looks identical. What's up, Peppy? And I think that's why Zophie was able to easily get those textures for me, because that asset's literally in-game. Like, if you... it's kind of hard to see on the stream, but if you look at that and compare it to the in-game screenshot here, it's the exact same thing. The E3 Scarab is like the Halo 2 one, but they decided to bulk it up. I'm not really, to be honest. It's just completely different. It's got a giant bulbous body. It's got a neck that like articulates, which no Scarab has ever had. The head shape is completely different. It's got like a giant bottom jaw part for some reason and like two side panels. The legs look like nothing else. The body doesn't really look like anything else that we've ever seen. It's really just its own thing. I wouldn't even say it's similar to the Halo 3 Scarab, if I'm being honest. Like, it's really just a completely different Scarab. But I would say it's closer to the Halo 2 Scarab than the 3 one, for sure. Oh god, without any texture details right now, it's so naked, it's so bare and ugly. We can do better. We can do better. We can do better. Let's do better. Let's start. She got a huge noggin. Yeah, that's true. Alright, with panel in light, specular, level at 0.9. You know what? This was actually based on the Halo 3 stuff. I'm not going to base any of my stuff off the Halo 3 Scarab at all here. That was a layer based off of it. Instead, what I'm going to do is make a quick layer based off of this screenshot here. So this is actually the best screenshot I could have asked for if I was, since I'm working on this. What I need here is a say a light trim. It's going to have a light base color and a light specular color, which is going to make it extra shiny. And that's... Or would it be dull? Maybe it'd be dull since it's on a corner. It's got a light base color and it'll probably be dull, and I can use that like on the legs and stuff. So we'll duplicate this. This will be wear light. And the base color I will raise up quite a bit. And the specular level I'm going to reduce quite a bit. I'm not going to give it any particular height values. In fact, the only thing this needs is going to be color and specular level. Okay. Then I'm just going to add a black mask to it, and then we can try painting this onto the leg as a test and see how it looks in game. And if I like it, well, then that's it. Then it's good. Hi, kitty kitty. Alright, let's turn this on, and then we'll just paint from here. Let's try that again. From here, to here, to here. And then I do want to add a little bit of a blur, to be honest, because it's a little bit much. So that, there's one there, and then, funnily enough, there's another panel line up higher. You know, the thing is, I actually want it to be precise, so I think maybe I just need a lower brush. More precise than that. I think I think my brush size is around 1.25 here. Then I could add an... Oh no, it's because it's so... I guess I will have to do it this way. Hard to see. I need a better lighting setup. I wish I could turn off some of this lighting. Now if I add a little bit of blur to it, maybe that'll help. To kind of fill out that shape a little. Some lightware. Let's see what that looks like on it. Yo, Sonic X, thanks for the 2. Much appreciated, dude. Thank you. You said, will this guy have his own unique animations? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. He's gonna have some pretty cool ones, I'd say. Okay. Is that showing up at all? It's gonna be hard to tell, but apparently it's there. Oh, kitty. Oh! Most cursed fucking noise on planet Earth. Let me export this, then I'll have to go AFK for a split second. I'm just gonna testing the results that me adjusting this has on everything here. It honestly doesn't seem to have, like, any effect. Do we have a specular exporting here? Yeah, it looks like the specular channel just is not exporting at all. So it looks like I'm just going to have to manually set this up in the shader. That's alright, I suppose. Let's do specular mask from texture. Go ahead and grab hopefully this specular mask actually has the alpha channel set up. Oh, bro, are you... What's the point of exporting a specular texture if it... I'm dead, dude. I'm dead. Finally getting a custom Scarab? Sorta, kinda. I want to be able to just quickly and easily put this in the game. Is that so much to ask? Specular level versus specular. Edge width, scale 256. I'm gonna try this. No, we won't get it reflected in game. Not in game. Fuck. In the editor. Perhaps it will do what I'm hoping. Let's export the textures and see if that gets dumped into the diffuse. It doesn't look like it, but it could. Yeah, I don't think it is. I don't think it is at all. Wow. Awesome. Guess that is useless. The fuck? How does it work on my... Oh, what did I use this for? Wait, doesn't that mean my Treadhog is at maximum specularity? No, but it's not. My Treadhog, even though using this same setup, it's not at maximum specular. The bitmaps for the Treads diffuse... Oh, no, not that one. That's from Halo 3. My extras diffuse... No, it has a working specular map that is baked into it. So what the fuck is going on? Explain! I need to just get this set up or else I'll never get any work done efficiently. Specular is from texture, it says, and when I'm working on this, my layer is set gray metal base, specular level 0.52. And specular set there. Okay, well, what happens when I export textures? What textures am I exporting? Am I exporting diffuse, normal, and specular? My shader has specular from texture. Cook torrents. So, okay, with all of that said, why is none of it going into the textures when I export them on the Halo 3 setting? I do blah blah blah. This is tiring, man. This is fucking tiring. level is that? That's up there at 0.7, 0.5, something like that, right? So that's what's getting dumped into the diffuse and the specular map. That's 0.8. 0.8, that's the specular level. So if that's the specular level, right? Then why is this not getting dumped onto it? Because this has both specular level and specular set to cells too. I can see it. I'm looking at it and it's not exporting. What are we working on today? The very early beginnings of getting the textures for the my take and modification of the Halo Wars E3 2007 Scarab. Very early, but we're getting there, one little step at a time. Okay, well that's for the metal, I guess. So I'll take that, go onto the shell, get it from texture, paste that in there. What? Hey, whoa, Huge Claw. Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. And at Covenant tier. Thank you. Much appreciated. Can't dance. I don't know what the fuck is going on, to be honest. The textures are just like not correct at all. What is going on, dude? What the hell's going on? Like I have textures for the wrong thing. Oh. I see what's happening. I'm exporting the metal textures. That's what's been happening the whole time. Because I separated them manually because that's what I decided I wanted to do. Even though they all share a UV map, which makes it extra confusing. Alright, well, that kind of defeats the purpose of having a perfect UV map that they all share space on, I guess, but... Shell diffuse, shell illume. I didn't want that material texture to go with. Material, so we got shell diffuse, illume, spec, z-bump. I'm going to put those into the bitmaps folder. We'll have those import. I guess I will just have to have them on completely separate bitmaps here. It's not a big deal, but at least it's useful to know that that's what's going on. Okay, does that at least... Okay, now we're actually getting somewhere. Now we're actually getting somewhere. Much better. And you can actually see that on there, which looks pretty decent. Progress. Finally, some progress. My God. Oh, I can breathe again, dude. Holy hell. That was wild. Alrighty, let's add some first detailing. We need panel lines. Those are the most defining features, so that's going to be very dark color, basically no specularity whatsoever. Gonna overwrite even the Veroni noise, I would say. So we'll do dark, deep down. Let's see if I can't mimic to that really nice way in which it has a raised up bit around it. Let's try that. Let's try that. Dark panel lines. We'll duplicate the base layer. This will be dark panel lines. The overall color is going to be black. The specular level is going to be basically 0. And I don't think it changes anything, so I'm not even going to touch that. I'm going to have it enabled, actually. So there's that, and oh, the height is going to be, we're going to have a normal, need the height level, minus a 0.5. We'll add a black mask and a paint layer so we can paint that on. Make sure everything's got an enabled height level. At least the base does. Does that let me paint height now a little nicer? No, we don't. We just don't paint height here, or... Oh, okay, no, it's just hard to see. Dude, this shading... I just want to see what I'm looking at, man. I'm tired. I just want to see the shine. I want to be able to paint to depth and know that there's depth to it. My god. Thank god. Okay, I can finally see what the hell I'm doing here. I actually kind of hate this shader for previewing stuff. Maybe I'm just using it wrong, though. Alright, so we're going to do one big panel line that's kind of like halfway down, and then it reaches up and over the shoulder. It's going to need to be a bigger size than that. Let's say like 1.5. How's that size-wise? I think that's pretty good. Alright, we'll do that there. It'll kind of go up and over. Carefully like that. And then... panel line itself is actually going to hook into a larger kind of inwardly dented area on the side there. It's also got another, this is a thinner panel line that runs up and over. I can't really see where it goes. It's really not clear. I gotta really a better reference for this. Yo, Toeline, thanks for 3 months. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Got this for free. Hey, some gifters, some generous gifters in the community. Gotcha. Never seen this Scarab. This is the E3 2007 Scarab. From before Halo Wars released, they did an E3 showcase and the graphics were very different. And this was the Scarab the game had back then. I've always thought this was like peak Scarab design. It's like Halo 3 and Halo 2 Scarab, but the best of all of them together. So I'm kind of taking this plus a bunch of different model adjustments and trying to make it into like an actual Scarab that looks like it belongs in Halo 3. So that's the goal right now. Gameplay is very different too. Yeah, that it was. So 1.5 and 1. I guess I'll just keep using this as reference as much as I can. Then we've got a thinner one that kind of follows the line and then goes straight backwards. center there. Then it has an offshoot at a certain point, which will follow this panel line a bit more closely like that. And then there is another one, but I think this one's kind of, it's supposed to be raised upwards, actually. Like, it goes in depth, but the normals around that area kind of are bringing it upwards. So I'm gonna try that. We'll do another thin panel line here, like so. I just want to get something on this start. It's some understanding of what's going on with this thing. That's decent start. Kind of messy, but we'll work with it. You gotta start here. It really looks like they're raised up. Not like a... They are, but I know I set the inverse height. I'll have to check in game and see if they're raised up. Okay, so we've got that. Those are so messy looking with that geometry. I'm gonna have to do this from like top down from now on. Regardless, that's a good start. Now, the other thing I need to do to complete this look, I'll probably redo all of these shapes under here, and I just want to get the look in a little closer. I need a raised up lighter line that has like higher normals. I may have to paint those normals in by hand though. It's a kind of a raised up sloped normal of sorts with it's a much lighter color. So let's do a duplicate of this. This is going to be light raised lines. I wouldn't even call them panel lines. And the color on it, no, I'm gonna do light raised panel lines. No, dark raised panel lines. There's only one of these here, but it's usually this one, which I actually drew on the dark. We'll just consider that a panel line, and I'll just do the normals separately. We'll do the light panel lines. Light lines. So for light lines, obviously I want this to be like a much lighter color, and I want the specular to be... I want the specular higher. Why is specular lower? 0.5. As for height, does this even need a height amount? Yeah, I guess this needs a height amount. This will be like a... do the opposite, inverse, 0.5. And this is the line that's kind of going, scooting through there, around that little square right there. Get a new paint layer. Where is that? It's kind of on the bottom, and it goes, pulls up and around. I'm just gonna do this as like a test. Like I said earlier, I'll erase all these lines later when it actually is in a place that looks half decent. It's just really fucking hard, dude. I actually low-key am hating this Halo 3 shader right now. I think I just need to set it up properly, because this is like, the normals are inverted. I feel like I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at right now. This is like, I don't even know how this is gonna look in game. Like, what in the world is going on? Maybe I've just been looking at this for too long. Maybe I'm gonna need like a break. I'm just gonna redo this entire project in like a different setting. I can't. I think I've been streaming for too long. My brain is mush now. That is not at all what I wanted to happen. That was completely wrong. Yeah, I think 4 hours is good enough for today. I will be working on this off stream, but I'm a little too, it's just not a good thing for me to stream. I'm gonna have to just figure out an entire setup and then do that off stream. But if you want to see some progress updates tonight, I will be posting in Discord for all YouTube members, so that'll be cool. Could just do a new Scarab beam. No, I'll do that after. That's like an extra piece. I want to get this. I'm determined to do this. But thank you guys for watching. I'll have some good progress to show on stream tomorrow. Same time, same place. And if you guys, like I said, want to see some updates tonight, I will be posting in supporter chat. But I'm going to hop off for the night. Thank you guys for being here. It was good seeing you. Hope to see you tomorrow as well. Thank you for everybody who supported the stream today. It means a lot. But yeah, I hope to see you guys tomorrow and have a whole texture set that's been begun, some beginnings to show you. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your night and evenings. Yeah, see you then. Bye-bye.